Hello, 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 my beautiful darlings. My name is Katie of Rose Bloom Readings. I'm going to preface this with the fact that I am so sorry for the way that I sound right now. For those of you on Patreon or who have gotten video readings in the last couple days, I'm sure you're fully aware that I just woke up one day, yesterday at the time I'm filming this, and I had no voice. It was gone. It left me, and it hasn't come back. So I sound like this. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to subject you to listening to this because I have a schedule to adhere to, and if I veer off the schedule for any reason, everything goes into shambles and chaos because I am a deeply forgetful person. So hello, it's me. I'm here. I promise I sound a lot worse than I feel. That I can assure you. But it's jarring to hear. I can understand. Don't worry though about my voice. I have tea, I have a bottle of water, and I have 2 things of juice. So I'm going to be very, very well lubricated for this reading. My throat, I'm referring to my throat. Yeah, but don't worry, don't worry. It sounds really bad. It sounds bad. I get it. It doesn't. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm probably not helping the situation. I stayed up until 2:30 in the morning last night watching Elden Ring lore and theories, which like that's a really good use of my time, so I'm not sorry for it, but I probably should have gotten more sleep than I did. But when does that ever happen in reality? You know what I mean, my loves? Um, I also then stayed up even longer and played Fire Emblem Three Houses, but it's neither here nor there. I'm fine, is the long and short of it. I hope you're doing fine as well, my darlings. Okay, let's get into this. Anyway, hello, my darlings. Thank you so much for being here with me today, my loves. Today's reading, we are going to be looking into your next romantic partner. Um, Excuse me, my loves. I feel like we're going to get a lot of details come through, but I feel primarily it's going to focus on the timing and the connection, and then, of course, the details about the person, and then perhaps some details about your relationship as well. And very exciting today, my loves, we are going to do a wax reading. We're going to do some wax scrying and see what messages come through for that. That's something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. It's something I do in my private practice a lot. Very big fan of it. So we're going to bring that out at the end of each reading, my darlings. We have 4 piles here today, my love. Same as always. One day it might be different. Today it is not. Pile number 1 is Owl Spirit, Wisdom. Pile number 2 is Aspen Spirit, Courage. Pile number 3 is Foggy Bay, Patience. And pile number 4 is Dragonfly, Spirit, Change. I will have the timestamps down below in the description, my darlings. If you need more clarity, you can take a long breath in through your nose, hold it for 4 seconds, and let it out slowly through your mouth. Whatever pile you feel drawn to, my darlings, is the pile that you should choose. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, it is most likely because my chair just started spinning on its own. It is most likely because you have messages that are meant for you in each of those piles. Take the messages that resonate, my darlings. Leave behind what doesn't for those who are meant to receive it. Take as long as you need, my loves. Pause the video, take a breath. If you're ready, then I will also be ready, and we can get started. Hello, 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 my loves. Group number 1. If you picked this gorgeous card, Owl Spirit, Wisdom, there is a lot of strong intuition coming through in this group, my darlings. A very, very strong. It's like it's almost like Dragon Ball Z type energy, like going like to me from your guides and back. It's like it's like a very strong, like energetic connection. So it feels like you've been waiting on confirmations that are coming through very, very, very strongly. And it feels like the confirmations that are going to come through are confirmations that you've been waiting on, but you also have an element of trust about you, my darlings. You have an element of trust that it feels like you knew the confirmation would come. I don't feel like all of you necessarily knew how or in which way, but it feels like this card was like it. You're like, nope, this is what I need to hear. And that feels like your confirmation, my loves. So we have the 6 of Wands and And we have the Nine of Cups. This is really, really, really good energy off the bat, my darlings. Really good energy. A lot of, yeah, you guys have a lot of confidence in your intuition, which is really fantastic. It feels like that is a relationship that you've been building very strongly over the last, I'm hearing 8 months to 3 years. Um, and it's nice because it feels like you're in a place now of fully trusting your intuition, and I feel like that is something that's really important to bring in your next romantic partner, because it feels like you're done with all the bullshit. You're done with everything that's like a waste of time. You're done with everything that's not worthy of you. You're done with the people who are coming in for less than an authentic reason. And you don't want that anymore. You don't want that. You have cleared the space of it. You have set boundaries. You have fully processed and acknowledged what you are worthy of and what you are deserving of and what you want to come in. You've accepted that in doing that, that does take, you know, time to kind of go through the ebbs and flows of emotion and go through the ebbs and flows of patience and hermit mode. And it feels like you've done all that. It feels like you've been single for quite some time. Hasn't been the easiest time all of the time. Of course, it's never, you know, that's never going to be completely easy, my darlings, but it's like you haven't caved. It feels like there have been times when you've even, like, you know, gone on the dating apps, or you've gone on, you know, you've gone on a date, or you've put yourself out there, and it's like the people that have come forward, you're like, no, that isn't for me. And that's not dejecting fact, my darlings. In fact, that's very powerful to recognize the energy and behaviors that you are not accepting of, and to say, no, that's not something I'm going to entertain. And with the Nine of Cups, my darlings, there's a very, very, very emotionally fulfilling connection. It feels like this is the energy of you and your person, but as well as your energy, but like the energy of the cards as well. Like, you're here, you've been putting in the work for yourselves, my darlings. You've been really focused on, okay, how can I allow myself to have the most fulfilling life that I want? And it feels like the primary factor into how fulfilling your life is where is my emotional state, where I rest in my life. And that's wonderful. And you've put a lot of work into making sure that the aspects of your life that you have control of are emotionally fulfilling enough that the aspects that you don't have control of don't affect you as heavily as they once did, my darlings. And you're really coming out of a phase that, you know, was very frustrating, because it was, you know, a phase with a lot of lack mindset, and it was a phase with, you know, a lot of, well, I can't control this, and that's really frustrating. And being frustrated over the fact that you can't control it, rather than focusing on the things you can control in order to ease the stress of that which you can't. And now you're in this energy, my darlings. Things have been going really, really, really well for you for the last 6 to 9 months specifically. They're going to continue to go well for you, my darlings. You know, 9 goes into 10, my babies. That's how it goes. That's numbers. And that's counting. And it feels like, well, you are flourishing, well, you're, you know, emotionally fulfilled, well, you are thriving and giving back to yourself, and you know, your energy is so vibrant. It's beautiful, my loves. The draw into you is fantastic. Like, the energy that I felt as soon as I started the reading, it's a pull. It's bright. You can't look away from it. Regardless of how tapped into their intuition this person is, I feel like a lot of them aren't very consciously tapped in. But that's a pull that you can't deny. And I feel like you have brought in some really nice connections in the last few months as well, because you're so highly vibrational, and because you're so fulfilled, and you're so happy, and you're so content. And when people see that, that's a draw. That's, you know, okay, I want to be part of that joy, and I want to be part of that, you know, that circle of space that exists in pure happiness. And so you've brought in some really good, really authentic people who really deeply connect with you. You could have also connected with people who are also interested in spirituality. You could have connected with intuitives. You could have connected with people who make you feel like your values and your interests aren't silly. Excuse the person that just very loudly cleared their throat. I have my window open because it's spring and the birds were chirping. Everything went silent as soon as I started the reading, which was very nice. It's very nice for the audience to be quiet. Thank you. I appreciate it. But but yeah, we might get some weird noises. I have some very noisy neighbors. Um, and it feels like this person recognizes that energy, like instantly, like it is a pull. They are being led to you unconsciously, and then once they find you, there's no shadow of a doubt that you are the person that they're meant to find. It's very exciting. Okay, so let's pull. I want to pull the Quantum Oracle first. Thank you. Okay. And I want to get you. Thank you, baby. Okay. Do I want you? Do I want you? No, I don't want you. Thank you. Slamming doors and everything, goodness gracious. Okay, so we have teacher, we have playing it safe, and we have travel. And it feels like okay, so what I'm getting from these two cards and the Nine of Cups as well is that there's definitely an energy that despite how intuitive you feel, my darlings, you get a lot of synchronicities from spirit, my loves. You get a lot of signs. You are very, 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 very closely watched over, especially your main spirit guide. I feel like you have a very close relationship to them. You could talk to them directly. You could have a name for them. You could, you know, speak to them. Like if you journal, it could be speaking, like, you know, writing letters to your guide, or you could just talk to them very freely, very openly, because there is a very, very, very caring, thoughtful connection between the two of you. Very strong, very closely linked. And so it feels like you, despite that connection to your intuition, are going to be kind of almost blindsided, at least in the physical, by this person, because it feels like energetically you feel them coming in. You've been feeling them coming in for quite some time, almost long enough that it's like, okay, when, like divine timing, absolutely, but like when, you know what I mean? And it feels like I just saw a sparkle on my hand and then it went away. So yeah, I feel like sparkles and coins as well, like finding coins everywhere. You have a specific coin that's like your spiritual sign that you find everywhere. And I feel like one of your specifications is that they're very, 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 very shiny. So if you see like, you know, a dirty or an old coin, you're like, no, that's not for me. But if it's like blinding, like looks like a star has fallen to the earth, that is your sign from spirit. And it feels like you're going to be not, well, kind of distracted. You're going to be preoccupied, I should say, rather than distracted by other things that are going on in your life. It feels like there's been a lot of time and attention invested in learning and researching, and for a lot of you it does feel as though that specifically pertains to your intuition, to your spirituality. Others of you, it feels like a passion that you really want to see turn into a full-fledged career, that you've been reconnecting with in the last 4 to 6 months, and you have like a newfound passion for it. And so there are elements of boredom, there are elements of restlessness, but you are doing a very good job of fulfilling yourself in other ways and having a very fulfilled life. And then it's like, okay, I have 9 cups because I filled those 9 cups. And then this person comes and it's like, I have 1 more. And there's your 10 of Cups energy, my babies. The analogies, my love. The analogies. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it feels okay. So with travel, I'm not. Some of you could, I don't feel like you meet this person traveling, but some of you could have a trip you're planning in the next, by the end of this year, if there's more than 6 months left of the year you're watching this, my darlings. If not, then the year after. And it feels like it's with very close loved ones. So it's either with a big group of friends or it's like a big family trip. But this, I'm also seeing, I'm hearing like you can unpack your bags, and okay. So yes, so this person coming towards you, my darlings, is a very, very, very emotionally available person. And in some ways that's very jarring to you because that's not at all what you're used to. And so it feels like these kind of closed doors, despite how deeply intuitive you are, and it feels like you're intuitive enough to know when to close those doors, my darlings, because it feels like there was a point in your life when the doors were always open, and that can be very draining, and that can, you know, bring about its own difficulties in a lot of ways. But rather than that, you have these doors closed, but I'm seeing like almost like one door being like a little, like open a crack, like you can see out of it, you can hear out of it. You know, but if someone comes and they're unwelcome, it's like it's not a big deal to just pull the door closed, latch it up, get away from me, and then open it when the coast is clear, kind of a thing. And with this suitcase, it feels like this is your person. They're coming forward, and they're as they are is as they are, my darlings. You can take them at face value, and that's not something you're used to. This person is very open, very honest. The eye contact here, direct eye contact, is speaking to me a lot, and the fact that this energy is looking directly at her. This is a person who is not hiding anything. This is a person who is not inauthentic in any way. This is a person who is very, has no other ability than to be exactly who they are. They speak their mind very openly. They're giving me very, like, I'm hearing blunt energy. So Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Virgo, Capricorn for fucking sure. Uh, bu- 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 mm, little bit of Pisces, definitely Aries. Uh, Sagittarius, Leo. Yeah. It's a lot of signs. But but like a bluntness to them. Like but like not in a harsh or hurtful way, just in the world exists to them as it exists, so why would they perceive it as anything different, kind of a thing. And it's the same for them. They have their thoughts and feelings, so why would they, you know, turn them around or manipulate them and portray them in a way that they don't receive them in. That's not who they are. So they're very authentic people, and that's going to kind of give you a little bit of like a whoa, because especially in terms of romantic connections, or for those of you who haven't had a romantic connection before, especially in terms of close people in your lives, certain people, not all of them, but certain people, you've had to kind of really dig deep and be like, okay, you've said that. Let me now research the underlying meaning of what you actually want to say, but aren't going to tell me. And it's been a lot of like walking on eggshells, and it's been a lot of tiptoeing around and trying to figure out. And it feels like that has also led you to develop your intuition, is like the innate need to understand the truth of the matter. And you don't have to do that with this person. You do not have to do that with this person. And that's, I feel like that's going to be the jarring part, is that you're so intuitive that this person's coming forward to you. They have their little suitcase. They're like, may I come in? Hello, my name is blah, blah, blah. I feel this and this. And you're like intuitively reading them. And it's like, their name is blah, blah, blah. They feel like this. And you're like, holy shit, it's the same. It's the same fucking picture. And that's really beautiful, but it will take just some getting used to in a very pleasant way, my darlings. Um, okay, what do I feel like? I want to pull the romance angels. I'm not getting. Oh, there she is, baby. There she is, baby. Isn't she beautiful? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully, calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together, and worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So these are gorgeous. I will say also these two are a really good confirmation, because I was literally just about to say I'm not getting a specific timeline. I'm getting definitely within 2 years. And I know that seems like a while, my darlings. I know that seems like a while, but the time will pass, and it will be passed in a fulfilling way. Some of you, it could be as soon as 5 months. Most of you, I'm hearing a year and a little bit. It's nothing to do with anything specific, my darlings. It's nothing to do with like, you need to release this. It's nothing to do with, you know, you need to do this or that, because you don't. You don't. You just continue vibing as highly as you're vibing now, my darlings, in a very, very wonderful way. This person, this also feels like your spirit guide as well. The energy here of being so close, but also definitely your soulmate as well. But you're bringing them in, my babies. You're bringing them in. And when they arrive, it will be the most wonderful, most pleasant surprise ever. And I feel like that is part of like the kind of, you know, they're going to blindside you a little bit as well, is because that's just, that's exciting. It's exciting to be living your own life and to be experiencing the things you want to experience, and then for this person to just wha-bam. And it feels like it's almost like a meet cute. Like it feels, you know, when you're on a walk and it's somewhere you're not used to being, and you walk and there's this maybe this is just me, but let's let me take you somewhere. Let me paint you a picture, my babies. Hold my hand. Let's walk together. And you walk by this like beautiful garden, or you walk by this beautiful like rose bush, and it's so lovely. Or like a really nice like cherry blossom or plum blossom or apricot blossom. I love a flowering tree. Um, fits with the brand, doesn't it, my babies? And it's just, it makes you so happy because you stop and you're like, that's beautiful. And maybe you take a picture, or maybe you know, go up and smell it, or you like touch the flowers, and you appreciate it because it stops you, because it's so lovely. And that is how you feel to this person, my darlings. They are just walking by one day, and you're there in your power and in your loveliness and in your impactful state in the world. Something so beautiful that it just pulls you in energetically, physically, all of it, my darlings. And this person just stops, and it's like, I need to go talk to them. And that is how it feels, my darlings. A very sweet meet cute, where they're just, you're the flower, you're the beautiful flower, and they want to go up to you and appreciate you. And it's like, hi, you remind me of a cherry blossom tree. Okay, let's pull the Witch's Tarot, and then we'll get some Zodiac and Moonology. And then we'll see where the day takes us. I might pull some, I have a few different decks. Yeah, I might pull the Intimate Oracle, or I might just go into the wax reading. Who's to say? Not me. Knight of Cups, that's fucking gorgeous. Oh, that's beautiful. Baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, my shitting goodness. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. It's good. It's good, and then it's better. It's good at... Oh, my God. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Sun, we have Justice, we have the Knight of Wands, we have the Page of Wands, we have the 10 of Wands. 9 goes to 10, my baby's now done it. And we have Death. Okay, that's gorgeous. Okay, yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful, stop sliding. That's really fucking good. That's really nice. So yeah, Knight of Cups energy for sure. This person, my darlings, you're going to be seeing them as the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups, as well as... As well as what? 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 Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, King of Cups, Queen of Wands. Yeah. It feels like those are going to be your confirmations and readings, my darlings, when those cards come up pertaining to this connection. So yeah, just recognizes you from afar in a really, really lovely way. And like has no choice but to approach you. So confirmation from Spirit, my loves, that you don't have to do a fucking thing. You don't have to do a fucking thing. And I feel like you know that, but I feel like it's very difficult to accept that, because you do feel like very proactive people. So the fact that Spirit is like, no, 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 baby, this is coming to you. You just, you exist. You exist as you are meant to, as you feel called to. Focus on your stuff. They will show up, but it's literally like that. I am getting summer, the summer months for a lot of you. So regardless of hemisphere, it feels like either the summer months or June, July, August, and a little bit of September. Also a little bit of May, because cherry blossoms keep coming up a lot for this. And this is a very balanced connection. Very balanced connection. This is a very grounded person. Very, very, I want to say sure of themselves, but like also very, just like sure of everything. And if they're not sure, then it's not for them, kind of a thing. And that's really beautiful, because the fact that they're approaching you is an immediate signifier that you are something that they want to know if they're sure of. And the fact that, you know, that then goes into a romantic connection is a very good signifier that they are sure of you. And I feel like they're very drawn in as well to your spirituality. Your kind of more esoteric nature is very fascinating to them, which is really nice, because it feels like they are not that. They're not, you know, it's not that they're like, oh, that's bullshit, or I'm not into that, or you're whatever the fuck people say. I've heard it all, I promise. But but they're very interested. They're very interested, and it's like that interest is driven, one, because of interest, but two, because it's you, and you're so passionate about it, and it's such a significant part of your life that they would have no use to not be interested in it, because it's an aspect of you, and they're going to be in love with you very deeply, my darling. So why would they not be interested in that? This person is very charming, very flirtatious, in a way that I feel makes you shy, my darlings, because I feel like you can be quite a bit shy. I'm hearing, even like when I say like some of the things that I say, like it makes you feel a bit shy, in a way that like you don't want me to acknowledge, because you're like, no, it's not bad, it's just me. And that's okay, baby, that's okay. We get shy sometimes. That's fine, my love. That is fine. Um, One of you could, I feel like this is about you, that's not one of you. The messages here are very clear. That's how I know you're so strongly intuitive as well, my darlings, and your spirit guide is like very closely connected to you. Also, I feel like you have a cat, or I feel like you're going to be getting a new pet in the next 8 months. And it feels like a grown pet, like not like a puppy or a kitten. Like it's like I feel like you adopt like a adult, or a older animal. Or you could, the one you have now, you could have adopted older. And this is really not okay. I really like that 10 of Wands and Death came out side by side, because that's really a lovely, because that tells me that, like, okay, one, yes, this has been work, this has been time, this has been effort, but it's worth it. And then it's like, okay, I love the Death card in this card. It looks like fucking Ghost Rider. Is so cool. It's like, okay, now we get to, like, it's almost like we've done the work, we've done, the hard, and now you get to like live out this fairy tale with this person. And it does feel as though it's endless possibilities with this person. I feel like this person is from a different cultural background, or a different country than you are from, because I'm seeing a lot of traveling. I'm also seeing a lot of learning about their culture, as well as other different cultures. And I feel like that's something that you're really interested in, is wanting to know more about, the vastness of the world that we live on, and how fortunate we are to live on a world that's so vast and so unique in all of its differences, and unique in all of its beautiful cultures and existences, and wanting to know more about that, wanting to get out of your kind of little box of existence and experience things on a grander scale, which is beautiful, my loves. That's such a beautiful thing to do, to connect on a more worldly scale with all of the wonderful, magnificent existences that exist on the earth with us. And it feels like I'm seeing I'm seeing his like skull, like sorry, Dad. Sorry. I'm you know when you have like a campfire, and there's the one person who's like so tired they don't want to stay up to wait for it to burn out, so they just pour like water on it, and everyone's like, why'd you fucking do that? Now it's not going to be dry, and we won't be able to have a fire tomorrow, and how am I supposed to make my special s'mores? I have a special s'more recipe. It's no big deal. I'll share it another time. But but I'm projecting. And that like sound, that like that's what that's what I'm hearing. It's like someone looked at Death with his skull on fire and took a bucket of water and went tss, and it's like, we're done with the transforming. And I don't mean that so literally, because we're constantly transforming, we're constantly evolving, we're constantly changing in a wonderful way. I mean that to say, it's like, okay, the need for transforming has ended, and now you get to transform at a more languid, more authentic state. And it does feel like with this in the distance, it's like any anything is possible in this connection. You want to live your passion, my darling, as a career, you can have that. Yes, it takes work. Yes, it takes time. Yes, it takes effort. There's still a distance to go to get here, my darlings. This isn't, a hop, skip, and a jump away. Like, that is going to take effort. And it also, I'm hearing belief. It's also going to take belief that it's going to happen. But there's so much balance in this connection, my loves. There is so much balance. There is so much support. There is so much beautiful grounding. But then with you as the intuitive, there's also so much deeper understanding of things that I think really positively influences your partner, your future partner, in a really, really, really lovely way. And it just feels really good. It just feels really good, my babies. Okay, let's get some moonology. A time to give rather than take. Confidence is your key to success, new moon in Leo, and show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. Okay, gorgeous. That's beautiful. That makes me happy. I mean, I'm an inherently happy person anyway, but this just makes me happy. Okay, so, yeah. I'm hearing believing you're worthy is important, because you do have a very sweet shyness about you, my darlings, and you do have a kind of a nature of second guessing. And so the fact that this person, with their Six of Cups, their Knight of Cups, their Knight of Wands energy, like, they are not beating around the bush with their interest in you, my loves. They are flirting, they are charming, they are asking you out, like, after the conversation. Like, they don't fuck around, it's not, there's no guess games kind of a thing, because that resonates earlier with the travel card of, like, as they exist is as they are. They're speaking their mind, they're speaking their authentic truth, and the fact that they're forward in that way, in that authentic way, can be like, oh my God, whoa, especially when you have, like, shyness to you, my darlings. It's like you don't want to hesitate, but your tongue gets a little bit tangled because this person is so charming. They come in, they're gorgeous as fuck, and they're very interested in you. You are all they see. You are the rose bush, my loves. You are all they see. They're going towards you. It's like, it's not like, one of those, like, movie scenes where someone's looking around, they're like, are you talking to me? Like, they are looking directly at you, speaking directly to you. You can't second guess it, my darlings. But, you'll find a way sometimes, my babies. You will find a way. And I feel like these three signs specifically could also be your signs. Or, like, the energy of these signs could pertain to you as well. And so it's believe them as they are, my darlings. Trust that, they've approached you for an authentic reason, because your energy is a draw, my babies. It is a draw. The messages are coming in quick and crystal clear in this reading, because that energy is so clear and highly vibrational, my darlings. And show the world the real you. Do not hide aspects of yourself. Spirit's like, say it again. So I'm going to say it again. Do not hide aspects of yourself, my darlings. Do not hide aspects of yourselves. No, because you want to attract an authentic partner. You want to attract a partner that values you for everything that you are. And that is layers, my babies. There are layers to the dip that you are. And so we're going well beyond 7-layer dip here. And it feels like it would be an injustice to yourself to hide any of those dip layers, because, you fear scaring this person off, or whichever, or you fear judgment from this person. Because if this person judges you, they are not your person, my loves. That is not an authentic relationship. That is not a person that values you, and that is not a person that respects you. And this person values and respects you, my love. So you have to give yourself the same treatment. You have to value and respect yourself and be like, I like myself. I really fucking like the person that I am. I really, really, really value what I have accomplished, what I am worth, and makes me who I am in the individualistic way that it does. And I would not change that for the world. You know, if you had somebody you loved unconditionally, my darlings, you would not accept them wanting to hide any part of themselves in the world. You'd be like, no, baby, show it. Show it. Let the world see it. And that is the energy here, my darlings. That is the energy here. You are worthy of being seen as you are, my darlings. You're worthy of existing in the space that you take up, and you are worthy of allowing people to see you in that space, my loves. And this person really wants to see you, and that's very beautiful. Okay, let's pull. Do I? No, I don't. What am I doing with my life? I want. Do I want the. Okay, I want to pull. Something different has been going on the last couple of readings where I'll have like 900 decks, which that's not different. That's always the case here. But I'm now getting spirit like telling me which specific bottom of the deck. There she. Okay, we're taking these. We're not taking these. Except the last one that flipped up, which was it. Give me this. Thank you. Thank you. I am pure love. The universe is helping me in gaining what I desire, and I am exactly where I meant to be. The confirmations, my loves. But yeah, spirit is like guiding me to pick like specific piles and shit for different groups, and it's it's taken me a second. All right, my loves. So, wow, the way my elbow just shattered is crazy. I sound like a bag of popcorn when I'm filming these readings. Everything's like, I sound like a Looney Tunes cartoon. Okay, so are we doing the wax reading now? Oh shit, they gave me a shiver and they tell me yes. Okay, my loves, let's do the wax reading and see what's happening. I feel like, oh, this is strange. Oh, this is strange. I feel like I've had this dream before. And where'd my scissors go? My wick's too long. Oh, never said that before. Never complained about a long wick before, and I won't start now. But I feel like, okay, come here, baby, come here. These are my daughter's scissors, by the way. I couldn't find any big ones. But no, I've had this dream before, which that's not weird because that happens all the time for me, but it's never happened for a reading. Ooh, just that moment specifically, putting the cards away and getting the wax reading. Okay. Okay, my loves. Let's set some shit on fire. I'm not gonna get caught on fire. Oh, yeah, babies. Okay. One of you really resonates with the energy of a lion. The energy of a lion. Your wax is so fucking cool, babes. You are intuitive. You could do a lot of scrying, or you could be interested in it, my darlings. And I feel like some of you might be a little bit more worried with like the element of fire, especially for those of you who are like interested in you know, witchcraft and so on. It's like, well, can I really call myself a witch if I'm like afraid of fire? And you can call yourself a witch no matter fucking what, my babies. You want to be a witch, you're a witch. If something makes you feel nervous or uncomfortable, you don't have to worry about it, my loves. There's a lot of different ways in which you can scry. You can just use the water as it is. You can use an obsidian slab, and look into that. You can, some people do mirror scrying. Okay, I'm seeing, I feel like someone could be interested in robotics, I'm hearing. Someone could like coding. Especially this person, it feels like they're very, very highly educated and in like a very like unique, very scientific field. Would robotics be science? Yeah, that's science. Everything's science, right? I know stuff, probably. I feel like they might have even, in their younger years, like in their teen years, I feel like they might have even done like those like competitions, the like robot brawl competitions. Those can get crazy, by the way. My brother many years ago was watching one, and I was like, what is happening right now? And oh, okay, what was that about? What was the little plume of black smoke about? Okay, okay, for some of you, the reason for the delay in meeting this person is that you or this person could have experienced something in regards to a very, very close family member's health not being in the best state. One of you could have even lost a very close loved one, my darlings. I'm very sorry for that, if that resonates with you. But it does feel like, yeah, that came, okay, that came out again. So it does feel like for those of you that are meant to get that message that was meant to come through. And it feels like that, you know, has kind of been, and that really speaks to like the value that you two have for each other, because it's like, you know, I need space and time to process this and to deal with this. And the other person, you know, in the ethers being like, okay, I'm giving you love and I'm giving you affection and protection, but I'm also giving you the space that you're asking for. And respecting and valuing each other enough to wait until the time is right. Yeah, I feel like, I feel like you have a more authentic social circle around you, my darlings. I feel like this person has a bigger social circle. It seems as though they were quite, um, uh, like popular, in their teen years in school. And I'm not saying that you weren't. Some of you were like, I wasn't. That's okay, baby. You're popular to me, and that's all that matters, right? But it feels like, and it feels like it's not something they really like value or appreciate, because it feels like they're very, 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 very conventionally attractive people. And it feels like a lot of the attention that they got was in relation to that. And I feel like that's part of why they're so authentic, is because, you know, they've been around a lot of people that weren't very authentic. And so it's like that kind of popularity isn't like a signifier. It's not like a point of pride for them, you know? It's not like they're going to their like what are those things they have in America? The like 20-year reunion in high school, and they're like, it's me guys, I'm back, and everyone's like, yeah. It like, they're, you know, they don't look on that time fondly. So they have a big social circle, people they connect with. They do like to go out. They are very social people. They like to spend time with people. But I feel like they really, really respect and value the authenticity in your social connections. And I feel like that's something that they kind of learn from, and they do, you know, end up kind of valuing the more authentic people in their own social circle, and your social circles coming together, which is really cute, because it's like you have a, you know, people who are more interested in the things that you're interested in, you know. I'm getting a lot of crystals and a lot of, you know, esoteric things, and some of you I'm picking up on like cosplay and like fandom type things. And they have like their, you know, their robotics friends, and they have like a lot of like more business oriented friends, and you guys just, it's cute. It's just really cute. Um, I also feel like, oh, they're like, finish the heart. I'm like, what heart? And they're like, there. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll finish the heart. Um, hmm. I feel like what's interesting as well is that you guys really don't give a shit what this person looks like. It doesn't matter to you, my darlings. You are so spiritually tapped in that you know that, you know, there's no, you know, less than physicality for a person to have. There's no, you know, traits that like are unappealing, because that doesn't exist. They're traits that exist in a person, so those traits are valuable because, you know, that person's existence is valuable. And the fact that this is your person, and the fact that, you know, you love each other unconditionally, like you don't, so it's just, it's really interesting because I feel like they have been surrounded by more superficial people a lot of the time. And I wish you guys could hear Spirit talking to me like a worried mother. They're like, stop tipping the candle down. You're going to catch yourself on fire. I'm like, what? um, and so you see them at a soul level, and that's really, really, really valuable and irreplaceable to them. It's a really beautiful connection. A really, really beautiful connection. I really, really, really love the energy in it. Love the energy in you too. Love what you bring for each other as well. And especially in terms of, the I want to say worldview, but it's deeper than worldview. Like the universal view that you allow this person to have is something that, they really deeply cherish and value. And it's something that they have not gotten in any other aspect of their lives from any other connection, my darlings. And it's really, 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 really lovely. Um, hmm. They're telling me to focus more on this because I'm like, what's that supposed to be? Some of you could really, I'm picking up on the Wizard of Oz. You could really like the story of the Wizard of Oz. You could have been in like a performance of Wizard of Oz. You could really enjoy Wicked, I think it was, the book or the musical. Or I'm hearing Professor McGonagall as well. You could have dressed up as Professor McGonagall for a party or for Halloween or for like a convention or something. Or oh no, I've never seen Game of Thrones. I don't know what they're showing me. Put you there, baby. Oh, okay. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. She fell in. I dropped her in. Or, we're getting down to the wire. Yeah, someone from Game of Thrones. One of the, like, newer people, though. Like, there's a new series, I should say, that's, like, related to the blonde dragon lady. Or something. It feels like the media that you guys consume is a really close bonding point for you as well. You have a lot of the same. Oh fuck! You have a lot of the same. You have a lot of the same like media interests. And you guys really enjoy, like, that's a really, really, really beautiful bonding, kind of almost like healing as well in a way. Don't catch my nail on fire, you silly Billy. Is like escaping from the world, because you two do feel very busy, like your lives are very full in a lot of ways. So escaping from the world and enjoying like media together, and sharing as well media that like the other person's going to enjoy, but they haven't seen yet. I forgot how gravity works, and I was like, why is it not burning the other side? Oh boy. Is there anything else? I want to put you, can I put you down? Don't catch me on fire. I love you. There she, oh no, she went out in her. Okay, well, she gave us what she was meant to. Love you. Is there anything else? Oh, they give me a shiver and they tell me no. Don't worry about the candle going out, by the way, my darlings. That was just Spirit trying to not let me catch myself on fire, because I would have absolutely been me and been like, just go over here, and it would have gone bad. So that was just Spirit protecting me from being stupid. Doesn't signify anything negative. Don't worry about it, my darlings. Okay, okay. These two, they're not separating. Okay, so yeah, so that took like quite a bit of time and focusing on other things to like, and like that's very okay, that's very symbolic, that's very sweet. And like as these two built, while we were looking at like them as individuals, they came together and then they're not separating. Oh, that's you guys. Oh, that's really cute. That's really, really cute. Yeah, so that's what it feels like. You two are just living your lives and just completely serendipitously connect with each other. Thank you, Candle. I appreciate what you've done. Thank you for not letting me catch myself on fire. Ha 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 ha. See, because I'm a certain type of way, and I absolutely was like, can I light it and just see what else? The spirit was like, no. And I'm like, look how cute. Okay, so this, I feel like I'm supposed to be looking at these. No, they're like, don't look at them, just hold them up and they'll see what they're meant to see. Okay, makes my, I guess I don't have a job now, so that's fine. But group number one, my beautiful darlings, I hope that you enjoyed that. That's a really, really, really special reading, a really special connection. If you did enjoy it, please feel free to leave a comment and let me know. I love to hear from you guys. I love talking to you. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please consider subscribing. All of my links for Patreon with the extended 18+ readings, as well as exclusive readings and monthly forecasts and so on and so forth, as well as my Instagram, my Etsy store, and my email for more information on private readings are down in the description box below. Is there anything else? No. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love you very, very much. Bye. Oh God, I'm rolling away. Holy fuck. Whew. You think after all of the time I've had this chair, I would remember, even once, that it was a rolling chair. You'd be wrong. Oh, you'd be so wrong. Hello, 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 my darlings. Group number 2, if you picked this beautiful card, Aspen Spirit, Courage. This is your reading on your next romantic partner. Okay, the number 3 is very big for you, my darlings. Butterflies specifically, blue butterflies, yellow butterflies, as well as autumn. Autumn is a really big deal. So the months of September, October, November. I forgot the order of the month just now. The order of the months. Fucking goodness. Oh my God. We have the 5 of Swords. Oh, I did the thing. Hang on. All right, there we go. And the Ace of Wands. Okay. 5 of Swords, Ace of Wands. Okay. Oh my God, my wrist. Somebody's not listening to you, my darling. It's very frustrating. It feels like the person who's not listening to you is the person that you're very emotionally invested in, who you want to be in a romantic connection with. And it feels like, okay, it feels like this is a good friend of yours. It feels like there's a pre-existing connection between you both that's very strong and very solid. It feels like some of you could even have been in like a, it's not a talking phase because it's like closer than that. It's like between a talking phase and officially dating. You've been in that like limbo for quite a while. And it feels like there's no, I'm not picking up on any ill intent from this person. I'm picking up on a lot of impatience from you, for sure. A lot of frustration. Understandable, my darlings. But it feels like there's something distracting this person. There is something distracting this person that's taking their attention away, and you're like, well, I want to stick by you because you do very deeply care about this person. But at the same time, you're like, listen, I know that what I'm feeling between us is authentic and real, so can you wake up? And they're like, my baby, I got shit on the mind, my loves. And that's really all it feels like. It feels like they've got stuff occupying their minds. And and oh God, okay. And it feels like they're giving you all that they can, and what they're giving you is more than what you're seeing, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like enough. So we have the Sacred Temple, we have Present Power, and we have Happy Success. Okay, that's really nice. Okay. So the Sacred Temple is giving me similar, but also kind of opposing energy to this. Also, we're getting a lot of courage energy. Okay, so you have a very protective nature, my darlings. You are very protective. You are very, you're very lion, tiger, bear, oh my kind of energy. Like the people who love you are safe in the way that you love them. consistently. It's a beautiful energy, my darlings. There is nothing you would not do for the people you value and love, and the people that you value and love are aware of that and very appreciative. Very good energy to have. So because you care about this person, you want to support them and protect them. And it feels like what they're going through is relatively new. It feels like your connection was going somewhere very steadily, very smoothly. You were well on your way, and then wha-bam, life happens, surprises thrown out of nowhere, and it kind of put a standstill on everything. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna wait because this person is worthy of me waiting, but you're tired of waiting, and it feels like we have increased there as well, my darlings. Excuse Rowan for barking. It feels like I'm hearing like the waiting game, but I don't feel like the waiting game is to do necessarily with your person. It feels like the situation that they're dealing with has like waiting game energy. And it feels like for a lot of them, I feel like it's to do with like court or legal matters pertaining to family stuff, or some of them could be, you know, like they could be well past the point of separation and they're like, but like the divorce is taking a long time, or there could be like custody things they're dealing with, or there could be like financial, you know, shit from separations and stuff they're dealing with. Like what they're dealing with, it keeps, new steps keep popping up, and it's like, well, I thought this would be done, and they're like, haha, me too. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating because you want to move forward with them, but at the same time, you're so, you know, deeply protective of them. You want to support them. You want to comfort them, but there's a lot of frustration, my darlings. I'm seeing a lot of fire sign energy here. Aries, Leo, didn't mean to say Taurus, but Taurus came out, so hey now. And Sagittarius, as well as Pisces and Scorpio, as well as Virgo and Capricorn. Okay, so we're getting a lot of positive cards as confirmation here. We have the Sun, we have the Queen of Swords. Yeah. We have the Wheel of the Year. Everybody scooch. Everybody scooch. Everybody make room. I'm fucking up the organization, but that's all I know how to do. I started this reading and I had no voice, and now I feel fine. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Page of Cups and Ten of Cups. That's really nice energy. And bottom... I almost said bottom of the dick. Bottom of the dick is the High Priest, which is the Hierophant. Hee hee ha ha ha. Okay, so there's a lot of really positive energy in this reading. A lot of really positive energy. A lot of confirmation that when this ends, it's going to go well. But it's gonna take, you know, it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some standing in your power for them as well. There's gonna be a lot of emotional heaviness, my darlings. A lot of emotional heaviness. So I feel like, okay, I keep going to tell you, if you need to take a step back, take a step back. And it feels like your hand kind of comes up and you're like, I don't want to hear it. Because it feels like you've already heard it. It feels like you already know it. It feels like you're already fully confident in your decision that that is not what you're going to do. That's fine, my babies. It's not my decision to make for you, my darlings. That is your decision. I am only here to give the advice. It is so fucking cold right now. Why is this happening to me? It's going to get better. It's going to get better. It definitely feels like for a lot of them, it's to do with a child. And I feel like part of your, for those of you that message resonates, part of your commitment to this person also pertains to their child. It feels like you've met their child, you know their child, you really care about their child, you want to see this through. Yeah, okay. So, if it is in the months of autumn in the Northern Hemisphere, September, October, November, this is going to be resolved in the next... Next what? 3 years. If you didn't like that. Oh, you didn't like that at all, babies. Oh, you got so mad at me. That's okay. If it is before autumn, so between January and August, 1 to 2 years, I'm hearing. It's there's more to do. There's more to do. It takes time. It feels like you live in a place where the court system is very slow, very delayed. I would make a reference to something in regards to where I live, but I won't. 'Cause you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know what I'm talking about. But it's very slow. There's a lot of delays. The person that your person is dealing with is creating a lot of delays. Like every time, they get to almost an agreement or almost the end game, the person that they're, dealing with kind of brings up something else. And it's unfair. It's unfair. It is unfair. It's very frustrating because it feels like the person you're connected to, my darlings, has a very, very, very loving energy about them. They're very gentle. I'm hearing spirit be like, they don't deserve this. And that fucking sucks. It sucks when you have somebody you care about so much who is going through something that they don't deserve to go through. But it's what needs to be gone through, my loves, and you're gonna get to the other side of it, my loves. A lot of spiritual protection from this person, especially for the grandparents of their child, for those of them that have a child, or this person's grandparents. And yeah. What feels nice is you're very sure in your decision that you're going to wait. And you want to wait, and you'll support them through it. And there are ebbs and flows of frustration, but your frustration is not directed at this person. Or at least you're very good at reminding yourself that it's not directed at this person. And it's directed at a situation that is so outside of both of your control. And you're going to get through it. But just remembering to give back to yourselves as you need, my darlings, because you are giving out a lot of protective and courageous energy, which is wonderful. But it's okay to take time for yourselves. I know that you don't like hearing that. I know that you don't want me to tell you to take space as you need it, because you're very dedicated to this person. You're very dedicated to the people that you love, but you need it, my darlings. You're worthy of that attention and that protection as well, as you see fit, my darlings. We have let go of control issue. We have me not knowing how to read. Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. That's a confirmation, my babies. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. And retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Yep. So, okay. I feel like a point of contention is that so much of this situation exists in your connection with this person. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it is a very impactful aspect of your lives and your lives together and their life. And it feels like, something that you can do, something really important, because it's hard for you to let go of things, my loves. It's hard for you to let go of things. A lot of fixed sign energy here, so Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius as well. It's, if something is out of your control, it's infuriating almost. And some things are going to be out of your control, my loves. Some things are going to be out of control, and it's not fair. Absolutely, it's not fair. Fairness does not reside in this situation that this person is dealing with, and that fucking sucks. Because I agree with you, they don't deserve it, but it is something that they have to go through. They're going to get to the other side of it. It is going to go better than either of you are anticipating it's going to go. But it feels like something really important is that you to kind of disconnect from the situation, to reconnect with yourselves. Because the way your relationship started, my darlings, the way your dynamic started, before everything kind of went on pause, very passionate, very quickly moving, very sure of each other, very attracted to each other, very much trusting the intensity of your pull to each other. And so getting away from it all, getting away from all of this and reconnecting with each other in that way, and then having your connection be something positive and a safe space from this connection that you're both going through still together, but then you also have the aside of existing in a place of comfort and warmth and happiness. In as much of a way as you can. Um, 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 um. Do I want these? No. No, I want the two. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay, so we have take time to breathe out, disseminating moon, believe in the impossible, blue moon. Yeah. It feels like, be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon. Okay, so it feels like, excuse me, your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. It feels like this person is usually the more optimistic aspect of your connection. And so it feels like what they really need, and you want to give them what they really need, my darlings, because you feel very bad for them and you want to help in every way you can. It feels like what this person needs is a little bit of that optimism. A little bit of the optimism that they have that you adore so much. And reassuring them. Reassuring them, even if you say it's going to go well, everything is going to turn out well, and they say no, it's not, you reassure them. You reassure them and you believe in the fact that it is going to turn out well, my darlings. And in turn, although they might not agree with you in the moment, in their grief, in their sadness, in their state of stress, it will get through to them as it needs to, my darlings. And that is something they really need from you as well, my loves. And yeah, definitely a weekend away, a little holiday, my loves. Getting away, getting out of, the space that you two exist in now, your house, their house, even a hotel fucking down the street, my babies, whatever you got to do, getting away from that space and clearing each other's energy and reconnecting with each other is very important. Okay. I did that little ditty earlier and now my throat's like, fuck you. And I'm like, that's fair. That's fair. I want to pull some intimate oracle and then we'll get into your wax reading. No. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Yes. The Grinch. Okay. We have three's a crowd. Ain't it though? We have introvert. Okay, you guys. Oh, we have introverted and we have protected. Yeah, so getting away from the world, closing the world off. Because you are comfort to this person, my loves. In a lot of ways, you are comfort and you are safety. In a way that's really nice. Getting away from the world and making this person feel the way you care about them, because they really fucking need it, my babies. They really need it. 7, 7, 7, and 777 are big numbers as well for you, my loves. We have bar, music venue. We have somewhere in North America, and we have treehouse. Okay, yeah. So having a bit more fun, because it feels like you guys had a lot of fun when you first connected. A lot of fun on your dates. A lot of fun together. Yeah. And Oregon. Portland, Oregon is jumping out to me specifically, as well as Washington, if either of you are from there, and Hawaii. Okay, so one of you could really like singing. I feel like for a lot of these connections, it's you. And it feels like you just sing like while you're doing, chores or while you're just existing or in the shower, and this person really loves the way you sing, because I'm hearing them say like they want to hear you sing more. And it's something that you're quite shy about, but just cuddle them and sing. That's lovely. That's so sweet. What else am I pulling? There's one more thing they want me to pull. Oh, okay. Okay. The body. The body. Yaddy. Thank you, baby. Yeah. Yeah, you guys are linked. You guys are linked. There's a lot of power that you have in the way that you speak. I'm hearing speak with fire, which is a card somewhere in one of the intimate oracle decks. And it feels like the way you speak holds a lot of power, my darlings. A lot of power. And it feels like through your frustration, you haven't spoken, in as optimistic a way as you would like to. And that's fine. That's not a dig at you, my babies. That is just a matter of frustration and exhaustion and emotions running very high. There are a lot of emotions that you two are dealing with in this connection right now, my loves. But it feels like you have a lot of influence over this person's state of mind and this person's emotions through your words. More than you understand, my loves. Much more than you understand. Um, Even when it doesn't seem like it, this person is really wholeheartedly listening to you and valuing what you're saying. And so speaking the truth that you want to exist in this circumstance, I think is going to be really, really impactful to the situation you're in, as well as this person's mindset, in a way that they really need. Because you two, yeah, it's a really lovely connection that you have here, my loves. Really, really beautiful. All right, my darlings, let's what are we doing? We are going to do your wax reading. Okay, yes. Let me get situated. You guys are definitely no bullshit, though. Your reading is going through fast. Where's my bowl? Okay. The little bits of wax are left over from the last reading, and I was wiping them out when I was cleaning out the bowl. Okay, so, yeah. You have a wick stuck on the bottom of your candle, my loves, which tells me that there's someone having a very difficult aspect of letting go, which it feels like pertains to what this person's dealing with. But the little bits of wax are, I was cleaning them out, and Spirit was like, stop, leave some. So I feel like it's just part of what's meant to come through in whatever we get through, my loves. Okay, sorry, little Rose. For a lot of you, though, there's definitely a child involved in this connection. And I feel like that's part of where the frustration lies, is like it's not fair to the child. The child does feel very protected, though. Very protected, and they aren't as negatively impacted as you fear that they are, it seems. They could be quite young, quite unaware, or they could just be really, really fulfilled in a lot of other ways. It also feels like your partner, for those of you who are with somebody who has a child who's going through this, it feels like they really want to get them into counseling, and I think that would really benefit the child, my loves. It's not at all like a point of failure or weakness or anything that it doesn't warrant any guilt, I should say. It's actually a very, very, very beautiful beautiful thing that they love their child so much and are such a good, worthy parent that they want to make sure that their child is as emotionally and mentally cared for as they deserve to be. Oops. Okay, sorry. It feels like, for those of you who resonate with your person, going through a divorce or going through a separation or a custody thing, it does feel like the other party is going to be moving away in a way that kind of gives you both, as well as the child, if there's a child in the connection, gives you both some peace. And I feel like some of you are like worried about that because you're worried that that means that the child's moving away. And no, if there's a child, it's going to be a very, very worthy, very equal custody arrangement. I feel like you guys used to really like going out dancing and like clubbing and to bars and places with like music and a lot of fun. I feel like you're being called to do that again. You're really protective of this person, though. Really, really protective. Like all of I'm seeing you as this person on the left, and like all of the wax, like this person as well. Everything's like drawing over to here, like no matter where like it positions. Feels like it's like naturally gravitating towards you. This person was really, 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 really drawn to you. Really drawn to you. You have a lot of wands energy about you, my loves. You're very passionate people. You're very driven people. The candle, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like no matter how I turn it, it's burning from like the middle. Like the middle has like a dip in it. And so it feels like there's definitely a call to focus on like the heart of this relationship, because this connection is something that really means a lot to you and to this person as well. I'm hearing some of you could be car shopping. You could be looking into getting a new car. And for those of you who resonate with that, some of you I feel like are like, oh, you know, am I just like, do I really need to spend that money on a new car? Or should I just like deal with the car that I have? Feels like the car you have has been giving you a lot of problems. And you're like, is it, you know, a better bang for my buck to just keep the car and put money into it continuously, or to get, you know, a new one? And for those of you that are able to realistically get a new one, I'm hearing spirit say very clearly, like, just get the new one. Just, you know, it's one less thing for you to worry about. Some of you could have been in a connection with this person for about a year, and a little over a year, and they could have missed like the like 1 year anniversary, although you're not like, doesn't feel like you guys are in like an official relationship yet, because it feels like they want to give you like their full energy and attention, and they can't right now because of the shit that they're dealing with. So that's kind of like the halt in momentum. And it feels like they kind of like forgot like your 1 year anniversary, which isn't really like them to, you know, because they're very, very passionate people. They're giving me a lot of fire and a lot of water. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. And it feels like that really got to you guys. And you can be honest with them in the way that it bothers you, my darlings, because it's important, especially to this person, it's important to have like clear air in this relationship, because it feels like, especially for those of them that have gone, you know, are going through like this court situation, or even just those of them that have had relationships before, they've dealt with people who really held back a lot until it caused them to blow up. And that's something they're really, really, really afraid of, because they do really care about you and really value you. And it feels like, you know, they kind of want to clear the air. They're going to bring you flowers after that, after you have this conversation. And, you know, if it bothered you, it's worthy of being discussed, because you are, as I said, very important to them. And, you know, I know you don't want to like bring up like the more personal things that you're going through with them that are difficult, because you're like, I don't want to add to what they're already going through, but then it's not fair to you because you're holding back and you're holding in a lot, and that kind of adds to your frustration. And yeah, right when I said that, this droplet went down and like splattered over to this one, so it's like they're like reaching out for you, like they really, you can be as open and honest as you feel called to be with this person, my darlings, because you're still coming from a place of affection and care and gentleness, you know, even if it's, you know, a topic matter that maybe isn't the most positive, it's still worth talking about, because it's pertaining to your connection, it's pertaining to each of you, and that's something that really matters to both of you. And they want to rectify it, and I feel like you'll go on a really cute date after that. They get you flowers, and it's very sweet. But yeah, like definitely having more fun. And I know that sounds silly, because like you guys have so much on your plates. But definitely, like even just going out, like, you know, saving up or whatever you have to do to go to a nice, like really fancy restaurant and having some fun and getting like really, really, really gussied up and going, excuse me for burping, and going out somewhere, and, you know, being together in that special, unique place that, you know, creates a really positive memory, and having those little like spurts of excuse me, of romance and passion and connection really give each of you a really strong sense of renewed vitality that you very much need in your connection. And it's lovely. It's lovely. The way you two care about each other is really lovely. You have a really mama bear, papa bear type energy about you, my darlings. Or non-binary bear, for those of you that identify as such. Non-binary parental figure bear. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of emotion here, a lot of, a lot of rocking the boat. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard to kind of disconnect from, especially for those of them that are, in a separation where the person really, really, really desires a lot of conflict. It can be very difficult to ignore that conflict, especially because your protective nature, you're ready to go to bat at at kneecaps, at knee as need be, and this person, yeah, they need more warmth than they need. The protection that they need needs to come more from a place of warmth and affection than from like active, protection, because they really don't like conflict. They're really, really in an uncomfortable situation with this whole matter. And it feels like, the person, for those of them that are separating from a person, divorcing a person, the person they're separating from knows that. And that's part of the reason, they're egging them on so much. But I'm hearing you're like a lighthouse to them. Like you're just something they gravitated to so naturally. Your relationship started, it feels like, in such a natural, such a lovely, organic way. What is happening over there? Did you see that? I hope that came up on camera. That was so fucking weird. Thank you for the confirmation, babies. And yeah, you guys just became so quickly inseparable. And it's like, there's no, although this is like your next romantic partner reading, like there's no one name you can give what you two have, because it's everything. You guys are friends, you guys are best friends, you guys are lovers, you guys are, you're everything to each other. Like it's really, really lovely how you two came about. I feel like a lot of you met through work. I feel like a lot of you just met in like happenstance, going out one night, and I feel like a lot of you approach them because that just feels like how your personalities kind of go. Like you're definitely the more outgoing ones, the more extroverted ones. They're more, quietly passionate. You're more outwardly passionate, more vibrantly passionate, I should say. And the way you two appreciate and see each other is really, really beautiful. So I can fully understand your like dedication to this person, despite the difficult situation that they're going through. I can fully understand your dedication to this person and your connection with them. And they do really, really appreciate it, my loves. I know that they do, even if, they might sometimes forget to say it outwardly. The way that they show that they do is really meaningful, and they really, 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 really strongly feel appreciative of you and what you give them in every possible way. You're also a fantastic kisser, I'm hearing them say. Can I put you here? Don't go out. The last reading, the candle, I kept like trying to place it down like that, and it kept going out, which was interesting because I picked up on the people, the pile number one. I picked up on their energy as being very like afraid of fire and of candles, and it kept going out, and I kept relighting it, and spirit was like, no, no, no. And they were like very like anxious, like protective mom energy, and I was like, no, it'll be fine. There's like this much, and I was like, no, it'll be fine. Hand in candle. Which that is okay, my babies. I'm seeing, this just feels like a specific confirmation for some of you. I'm seeing some of you having for a special loved one, like a little like kind of memorial altar set up for them with like a candle that you like to light on special occasions, or even keep lit up all the time, or even just for like your connection with spirit, which is really lovely. There's a lot of really warm, positive energy around that. If you feel called to like meditate around that or speak to, you know, the energy that you're honoring through that, my darlings, I feel like that would be very comforting for you, especially in regards to this situation. Um, hmm. Yeah, this person really recognizes and appreciates how supportive you are. They get a lot of strength from you. I feel like you worry a lot that you don't do enough for them, that there's, you know, something else, something more you could be doing. You do so much for this person, so much more than you even recognize, because it's like you care about them so deeply. Your affection for them is so deep that it's almost unintentional what you do for them and what you give them, and they're so 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 appreciative of you, my darling, so deeply appreciative of you. um you have really wonderful energy. Yeah, as I said at the beginning, the people that are loved by you are very 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 aware of how lucky they are to be loved by you. And I'm seeing this as a little Cancer crab. So you guys could be Cancers or have like a Cancer Venus or Cancer Moon, because those are very, 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 very nurturing and very protective placements. Very protective placements of loved ones. Very dedicated to ensuring that their loved ones are fulfilled and safe and protected and being treated well. And if they're not, they're sure as shit gonna do something about it. um, yeah. But just patience, my loves. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. But this is a really beautiful, really worthwhile connection. And it feels like once all is said and done, with the Ten of Cups energy that we had, it feels like, um, you know, when the final curtain call comes for this entire stressful, dramatic situation, it feels like it like restarts you two. Like, no, I shouldn't say restart. Sorry, it like hits unpause, like hits play on like your connection, and everything continues in the momentum that it was continuing. For those of you that are interested in marriage, it does feel as though like after this is all said and done, you get engaged and married quite quickly, because like there's been oh, my laugh put the candle out. That's okay. It feels like there's no better reason for a candle to go out than from a laugh. Hey, my babies. Um, it feels like you guys, you know, have spent the time, taken the time, you've gotten to know each other. You're sure at that point, so it's allowed to, you know, move quickly in a way that others may see as unconventional. Because it feels like for the time being, this relationship isn't really widely shared. It's more like kept between you guys and like your closest loved ones. Although you're very dedicated to each other, although you spend a lot of time together. And then so once like you're through this and you tell people like, oh yeah, no, we're together, and then a few months later, oh, we're getting engaged, people are like, what the fuck? And you hold back on telling them like, oh, actually we've, you know, known each other for this long and this many years, and da 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 da. So it's really nice. It's a really 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 nice partnership that feels like it's just, yeah, you guys are a team, absolutely, power couple, a duo, if you will. I feel like one of you also really likes the Titanic movie, or James Cameron, just as a whole, anything James Cameron does. So the Alien movies, Terminator, um, the fucking blue one there, Avatar. Yeah, because I got a lot of Titanic imagery throughout the reading. Um, and I feel like that kind of, some of that like circumstance, like in the like romantic connections, could pertain to, you know, some of what you guys are going through in terms of like somebody, you know, being mistreated by somebody they were, you know, married to or engaged to or in a committed relationship to, and then finding somebody that they love, that they're very drawn to, that makes them feel happy and worthy, and, you know, kind of getting away from one person despite how difficult that one person makes them feel in order to be with the person that they love. No sinking ships though. No icebergs. Don't worry, my babies. No icebergs. Is there anything else? Oh, they give me oh shit. They give me a shiver and they tell me no. Group number 2, my oh. Group number 2. I hope that you enjoyed that, my loves. If you did, please feel free to leave a comment. Let me know. I love to hear from you guys. I love to talk to you. Can you guys tell I love playing with fire and wax and water because I'm like it's like one of those like sensory bins for children. I'm like, ha ha ha, ha 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 ha. Just witchy things. I love to hear from you. I love to talk to you. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please feel free to subscribe. All of my links for Patreon that has the extended 18+ readings, as well as exclusive readings, as well as monthly forecasts. My Instagram, my Etsy store, and my email for information on private readings are down in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here with me, my darlings. You have wonderful energy, and I wish you the very, very best. I love you very, very much. Bye. I got wax in my mouth. Hello, 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 my darlings. Group number 3, my beautiful beloveds. I'm not gonna lie to you, my sweet darlings. I feel like I have the Palo Santo here. I feel like you need a hug, my babies. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come be with me. You guys are having a hard time, my loves. You're having a hard time, my babies. I'm really sorry. There's a lot of, I'm also sorry for how loud my wrist is cracking. There's a lot of emotional difficulty that you are on the tail end of, or you're nearing the end of. Or have just recently gone through, but now you have like the exhaustion of having got my fucking wrist, of having gone through something, something really, really deeply troubling and stressful and unsettling and vastly unpleasant. And it doesn't feel as though that pertains to this connection whatsoever. Rather, it feels like, it's an aside, but it has impacted you at the time that you're seeing this, like very, very, very recently. You guys feel tired, my babies. You feel tired. You feel like you need a good hug. You feel like you need to have your head on someone's like chest or lap for like 6 straight hours. Don't even have to be talking, just having them, you know, pet your hair, or just watching something nice while they coddle you. Like, you guys, you need some loving. And I feel like that's coming through because, my sweet, beautiful pile number 3, there's somebody coming in very, very, very strongly protective and nurturing and loving, in a very clear way. And this is your card, my loves, Foggy Bay Patience. So on the one hand, it feels like 13s, 11s, and 8s are big in this connection. On the one hand, it feels like, sorry, my throat was so clear for the beginning because the message came out really clearly, and then once it finished, it was like again. Sorry for the sound I just made. Never said that before, but it feels like you've been single for quite a while, my darlings. You've been single. You've had to be patient. I don't feel as though you've necessarily loved being patient. I don't feel like patience in regards to a romantic connection has come extremely easily for you. But this is kind of what it feels like this, like the fog is clearing, the fog is dissipating, and this person, this beautiful, very, very, very spiritual person, is coming through very clearly in that fog. And it feels like, I feel like you've been dreaming about them. I feel like you've been dreaming about them quite a bit, my darlings. Your dreams are very impactful, very powerful. Did I say Foggy Bay? That says Foggy Bog. I feel like you guys noticed that too. Some of you noticed that and you're like, it didn't say that. And then it really bothers you that I didn't get it. And now I'm hearing it. Thank you. Thank you, baby. Um, yeah, they're coming through really clearly. I can also see the sun in the backdrop here. So things are going to be clearing, my darlings. Things are going to lighten for you. Things aren't going to feel so dark and dreary and heavy as they have done. It does feel as though the person you're connecting to, my darlings, has such an intense intuitive ability. And you are so deeply spiritually connected to this person. Deeply. Spiritually connected to this person that I feel like they subconsciously or even through their intuition consciously have my hands are doing some weird things, have been aware of the difficulty that you're going through. Because it felt right in the heart, my babies. As soon as I picked up your piles, it was like, I need to find you and I need to hug you and I need to reassure you wholeheartedly on a soul deep level that one, I'm here. Two, you are very protected through divine affection, my darlings. And three, it's going to be okay. And I know that's not something that you guys really like hearing, because what does that even mean at a surface level? I swear, I promise you, my darlings, you're gonna get through it. And you're so loved. You're so deeply valued and loved for everything that you are, my darlings. Wholeheartedly, whole fucking heartedly, my babies. And this person recognizes you and this person sees you, and this person as well feels like they've been in a state of patience. And it feels like that correlates to their intuition and their spiritual development, the patience that they've had, and they've been aware of you for so fucking long, my darling. Some of them up to like 8 years, others about 5. It feels like some of you you're about 5 years single now. Some of you, it could be 8 years as well. But the connection between you both has taken a lot of time to grow and to develop. And it's been difficult to wait for each other. It's been difficult. There's been a lot of times where you two have really deeply missed each other. And those times, I feel like when you connect, there's going to be clarity brought through those times that you've dreamt about each other or you received. I feel like songs are really big deals for you both. Like, you send each other a lot of messages through the ethers in music and in lyrics and in songs. It feels like both of you have a really deep appreciation for songs and their lyrics and their meanings and their feelings. And but yeah, this person feels really close, my babies. Really, really, really close. Like, look how, yeah. The fog is clearing, my babies. The fog, and it's like with the 1 foot up, like, I know that's like the resting state for whatever fucking bird this is. This isn't National Geographic. I'm not David Attenborough. But it feels like rather than like that like resting phase, that's them being like ready to go. Like, as soon, it feels like they're so fucking close to reaching out to you, my babies. Or you're so close to connecting that they're like on go mode. Like, it's like instantly, we will go forward. Okay, we have, yeah. We have the Ace of Arrows or the Ace of Swords, and we have the Nine of Wands. Okay. Oh, this is good, babies. Babies! Do you see what I see? Said the little lamb to the mighty fucking king. My babies. Do you see them in the throes of passion? But that aside, it does feel like that's a very big deal to you and this person, and in this connection, it's great. But it feels like this is what's happening, my babies. Like, yes, it's all steamy, yes, it's spicy, yes, it's great. This isn't Patreon. We're not going to get into it. You know what I mean? But it feels like this is you two. Like, the... babies, I love it. I love it. This is invigorating. Okay, so this is happening very fucking quickly. Very quickly. Specifically in the months of April, May, June are very important. Or, come back. Come back to me. April, May, June, August, September, October, January, February. Yeah. Are important months. But it feels like for a lot of you, it's spring and summer specifically. So April to the end of June. A little bit of August as well. And it feels like when you guys connect, you're gonna fucking run to each other. And it feels, okay, so I'm picking up on distance. I am picking up on long distance. With the Ace of Arrows as well, I'm picking up on an online-based connection initially. There is an element of distance between you both, so I feel like that could pertain to, it feels like when you two physically connect, which could be the reason for like the kind of gap in like, you know, April to June and then like August, September. I feel like those especially are like really important months for this connection. So it feels like, you know, say you meet in the spring months and then in the summer months, the end of summer, you're able to connect with each other physically. It feels like this, like you're just gonna fucking run to each other. You're one leg poised, my babies. You're in fucking, you know, racer mode. Like you're Sonic Go. And you guys are just gonna fucking embrace each other. And babies, I know you feel it to some degree. I know that you feel it to some degree. You are so intuitive, much more intuitive than you give yourselves credit for, my darlings. I know you feel this person to some degree. I know you feel them in their warmth. I know you feel them in, especially as you're falling asleep and as you're waking up, there's an element of just like a wave of comfort and reassurance and affection washing over you that allows you to then lull into sleep, or allows you to like wake up and just feel ready and feel refreshed and feel just full of vitality that you didn't have initially. And I know that you feel that person in those moments, my darlings, because that is that person in those moments. This is a really fucking beautiful connection. You two amazing fucking people have put in so much energy and effort into yourselves and your lives in the last few years, my darlings. So much. You have taken your lives and turned them on their fucking heads. You have made lives that you are both very successful in. You're very proud of. You're very accomplished. You're bringing in money left and right, my babies, the two of you. Like, you guys are doing really, really, really well. And it feels like, you know, you've built such a stable life. You guys have, I feel like in the last 6 months to a year, you moved into a new place. That's really fucking nice. It's a really nice place, my babies, what you got going on. Those countertops, babe. I may be a slut for home decor, but oh my God. Those are nice countertops, baby. Those are solid. That is solid. That is strong. Oof. And oh my God, I'm seeing so many nice places. Oh God, it's really doing it for me. I won't lie to you, it's really doing it for me. It's bigger. It's so nice. You're doing so good. You're so proud of yourselves, my loves. It hasn't been without its challenges. Feels like some of you have moved to places away from where your loved ones are, away from airplane. We're gonna wait for it to move. Flying. You're flying the plane and the plane is going. Thank you. It feels like you've had to move away from like your loved ones. Perhaps it was a bit isolating, especially for those of you, this is a timeless reading, my darlings, but especially for those of you that moved like in the midst of lockdown or just before lockdown. And it feels like, yeah, there's been a lot of rebuilding, especially in the last 2 to 3 years for you, for both of you, in some different ways, but in some similar as well. And definitely a move in location for, I feel like for you, my darlings, and for them, it feels like it's been more moving forward in a more emotional sense. I feel like, okay, yeah, you guys are really, really, really. Oh, this is good. This is good. This is gonna be a long one. I'm gonna preface this. This is gonna be a long one, my babies. It feels like both of you have experience with being in romantic connections in which you were not valued the way that you deserve to be, respected in the way you deserve to be, or treated in the way you deserve to be, my darlings. I'm seeing a lot of people who treated you both very poorly. I'm seeing a lot of very negative codependence on behalf of the people you were with that in turn forced you both to partake in those kinds of behaviors that were very uncomfortable, very unsettling. I won't go into it very far, my darlings, but I will say you both have, really taken your lives and built them into something that you feel good in, that you're proud of. You've done a lot of work on your mental health, on your physical health, on your spirituality, especially for them, and just be feeling more at peace with a lot of things, doing your best to feel more at peace. I feel like you guys are seeking counseling. Some of you could be on a new medication regime that I feel like is helping you in a lot of really positive ways, my darlings. And some of you are into like yoga or meditation, or just more physical movement for your bodies in a way that helps you de-stress and makes you feel good. So you guys have really, really, really built up a lot as individuals, and simultaneously, unconsciously, built like a bridge to connecting to each other through that. And it's happening, babies. It's happening, babies. I'm picking up on a, sorry, I just hit my chair. I'm picking up on a lot of, I feel like a lot of this group struggles with some pretty intense anxieties, my darlings. And it feels like, yeah, my sweet babies. Oh, my babies. It feels like, oh, see? Oh, this person, oh, the way this person loves you so much already, my darlings. Like, will you please? Will you please? I knew you were coming out. I knew you were there, baby. I knew you were there. Okay, this is really good. This is really, really nice. It feels like bottom of the deck energy is family, friends, and guides. Yeah, you guys struggle with quite a bit. My fucking chair. Quite a bit of anxiety. And you are paying a lot more attention to yourself, my darlings, and your feelings. And the nice thing is you're trying your best to not make yourselves feel guilty for the way that you feel about things, because you understand that a lot of the ways that you feel are out of your control, and you're giving yourself space and patience to regain the control of the things that you feel and to go through them. But it does feel as though you do struggle, especially in terms of work, in, being in situations that push the limits of your comfortability and push the limits of your anxiety. And it feels like you are doing a really, really, really fantastic job of trying to maintain those boundaries, which is a huge deal, my darlings, because it feels like that's something that, you didn't allow yourself to do for quite some time. And you're being better about that. And that's really, really wonderful. And that's great, because the emotions can get heavy, my darlings. They can get overwhelming. And I'm hearing very clearly that you're not alone in those emotions. There's a lot of affection and a lot of support, especially from this person coming through, my darlings, in those, difficult moments, in the moments in which you feel very, very, very separated and very alone. And I feel like that's something you hate feeling. At the deepest level, you hate feeling alone, my loves. You do not like to be alone. You are very vivacious. You are very social. You are very, very vibrant people. Very, very vibrant people. Despite how, like, some of you have, like, a more, almost quietness or a more shyness to you, your energy is so vibrant. You have so much that's beautiful and worthwhile to put into the world, my darlings. It's really, 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 really lovely. And it's a process. I'm hearing that as well, my loves. What you're doing is only beneficial to you, but it is a process. So to be patient with yourselves and to be kind with yourselves. And if one day you push yourselves a little too hard, or maybe you're a little too hard with yourselves, or maybe you kind of focus on one thing a little too much that you wish you had done differently, you you feel it and you're gentle with yourselves and you're kind and you go past it and you forgive yourselves, my darlings, for just being a human being, my babies, for just being a human being who is going through things and doing the very best that they can, because that is what you are consistently doing, my loves. You are consistently doing the very best that you can, and you need to recognize that, my loves. You need to recognize the worth in that, and you need to be able to remind yourselves of that and to be more kind and more gentle with yourselves in that way. Some of you have like very like your stomach and your chest get very reactive to your anxiety. Like if something really stresses you out, you gotta hit those toilets, my babies. Um Excuse me, my darlings. I'm hearing D&D. I'm hearing Dungeons and Dragons. I'm also hearing that some of you there's a lot of really fantastical elements in this group. You guys have really fantastic imaginations. It's really, really fucking cool. I love what I'm seeing. I feel like there's a really big interest in literature. There's a really big interest in film. Some of you guys could be writers. Some of you could want to make films with like really fantastical elements. Really fantastical elements. Like, what's really cool is that both of you feel very, very creative, and it feels like something that you both really, really love to do which is very cool because like you two are fucking soul deep connected. So it's very cool that you really love to bridge the gap between the reality as we know it and fantasy. And it's like there's no divide from it. It's not like, we have to step into a world that's, strictly fantastical and strictly, dragons flying about and where, we're floating on fucking air and mermaids are splashing us with water. It's like that can happen, but it can happen at fucking Walmart. You know what I mean? Like not consistently. Some of you do get into like very like, fantastical worlds, but like a lot of it is kind of blurring the gap between reality as we know it and more fantastical elements. And it feels like that's how you two almost perceive the world, is like limitless possibilities, and you guys daydream a lot and you fantasize a lot and nothing is impossible, and like it's really fucking cool. It's really, really cool, and it feels like that is where your passion drives you both. And it feels like I see you two going really far with that in terms of career. I don't feel as though, especially for them, I don't feel as though that's where their career focus is now or what they're doing right now. And for you, it feels like there's almost like an element of that in your career, but it feels very much like that's something that's going to take you both really far. And it's really cool that you have that in common. I also feel as though, my darlings, that that's something that gives you a lot of courage and a lot of encouragement, is to kind of put yourself into different stories and to different circumstances and almost different realities, that like gives you a renewed sense of vitality and empowers you, and you get a lot of strength from that. And that's a really fucking cool thing, my darlings. Excuse me, my loves. You and this person are absolutely fucking breathtaking. Energetically, also physically. And I feel like I'm losing my voice. Give me a second. Oh, fuck me raw. Oh my god. I mean, you did. My throat, she's burning. Oh my god, there's not enough tea in the world. Oh, fuck. Okay. Move past it. Get over it. Toughen up, Katie. Come on. Let's go. Whew. Can you tell I was raised by an Aries? So, you two are so fucking enchanted with each other. There is no other word to describe this connection. You are enchanted with each other. I mean, look at, like, regardless, we don't look at gender, my babies, but the energy in these two, like, imagine them, like, facing each other. You can't, because then you can't see it. But, like, imagine, first of all, these two are fucking stunning people. This is gorgeous, what I'm seeing. And it feels like you guys are so pulled into each other. You're so pulled in. You're so lovely. You both have really beautiful smiles, by the way. Gorgeous smiles. I feel like one of you has darker features, so darker eyes, darker hair, or darker complexion. than the other. Um, it definitely feels like a very like I'm getting like sun and moon very very clearly here. And it feels like yeah, one of you. Okay, this is really this is really cool. This is really fucking cool. This is I'm so excited. Okay, okay, I'm not gonna shut up about this. This is gonna be like a 6 hour reading. Um, it feels like you're so happy when you find this person, my babies. You're so happy. I feel very strongly you find them between the months of March and June. Very, very strongly for so many of you. And you're going to be so fucking happy when you connect with this person because this person sees you so fucking clearly, my loves. They see you so clearly and so fully and so authentically, and they're so oh, you think they're so lovely. You love the way that they talk. You love their laughs. You think they're so funny and so intelligent. I feel like they have a dog and I feel like you fucking love dogs. You might also have a dog or you've always really 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 wanted a dog and haven't gotten one for one reason or another. Um Definitely a dog. It feels like what's really cool is that you are, you're very good at creating stories, my darlings. You're very good at creating stories. You're very just you're very fucking magical. You're just magical fucking people. So creative, so imaginative, so passionate, so driven, so intelligent. You're brilliant, very talented, I'm hearing as well. Um, and it feels like this person almost feels like it like it feels like you just like plucked them out of one of your like deepest most it feels like there's like a story you have in you that you've been building for like years. And it's something you like fantasize about, something you daydream about. Some of you could even like as you're falling asleep you're like, okay, scene 8 take 2, here we go. And it's like carrying on from the night before, this story of it's like you and this person but a slightly different version, and it feels like this person just gets plucked out of that, like just the way that they are and how they make you feel and how drawn in you are. Look at her and tell me you don't just want to walk up to her and sit with her and hold her hand. Like how you do, my babies. And it's so a dreamy person for sure. A dreamy person for sure in a way that makes you like, because you're shy, my babies, as outgoing and vivacious and wonderfully social and kind and communicative and thoughtful as you are at a base level quite shy. Um, Despite that, I do feel as though you're extroverted, which is interesting because it feels like this person can talk to anybody if they approach them, but they are very deeply introverted people. Homebodies for sure. Love to be in nature, very connected with nature. They really, you two spend a lot of time in nature, a lot of time that you would like to spend in nature that you don't allow yourself to have or perhaps don't have currently. Um, and just yeah, it's so lovely, it's so lovely. I feel like in the last 2 to 4 years you have started a new job. It feels like it's with a rather large company, because my eye went right to like contract. You signed a contract with a company, you work with a company, and my babies, what's going on there? Okay, so a lot of information coming through on that. First of all, extremely successful in this company. You have brought a lot of attention to the company that you work for. There is some, I'm hearing like talent agency or some element of like media, or which would make sense because I see you as being very I see you as being online, but there's a lot of attention on you. There's a lot of like eyes on you, a lot of attention, a lot. I'm also hearing a lot of judgments, and they can fuck right off with that. But it feels like you're powerful people, my babies. You are very powerful people, and you do not, especially in the last 7 to 8 years, 5 to 8 years, I should say, but for a lot of you, it feels like those 7, 8 years ago were like quite transformative. Do not allow yourselves to be pinned down by people saying you need to be a certain way, or you need to fit a certain prototype, or you need to behave in a certain way, because it feels like for so long, and I feel like for a lot of you this does pertain to a romantic connection. Some of you it could relate to influences, authority figures at school, as well as parents for some of you. Um, people who tried to take the beautiful, vivacious, wonderful thing that you are and smush it down into something that was dimmed and something that fit a shape that they wanted to fit. That wasn't you. It wasn't the authentic version of yourselves. And so you don't want that anymore, my babies. You don't want that anymore. So it feels like you work for this company and they're telling you kind of the same thing. Do this kind of way. This is how this should be. We want this. Don't do this. Don't do that. And you're like, uh-huh. 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 But what if? And it feels like you have taken what you do and made it in a lot of ways your own, and made it something that's really had like a ripple effect through your company and through what you do. And you've really inspired a lot of people, like people have joined your company for your influence, because of your influence, I should say. And there are people who are, of course, trying to imitate you, who can't do it like you can, babies, because nobody can, isn't that right, my loves? And there are people who, are trying to be like you in the way that you've kind of, changed things a little bit. And you're very in your power, my darlings, and I am recognizing fully the strength that takes and the courage that takes, because there is a lot of attention on you, not just in your higher ups, but in the people that view you. There's a lot of attention, there's a lot of judgment, there is a lot that's really fucking stressful. And it feels like that's difficult, because I feel like you spend time in your office a lot. I feel like you have an office in your home, and I feel like you're in there a lot. You don't get out as much as you want to, my darlings. And that's not to like scold you or make you feel bad. I feel bad because you want to. Feels like you see the world kind of exist through a window a lot. And I feel like look at the differences here. This fella here with his contract, signing it like, yeah, let's do this. I'm working. I'm in my nice office, in my nice house. And then this free spirit being like, I'm outside. Try and confine me to an office for more than 2 to 3 hours a day. Try it. With her lovely dog and her lovely energy and the wind and the breeze and everything lovely. And it feels like you two... It's so good. You're gonna be out a lot with this person, my darlings, just enjoying each other and enjoying, existing with each other in a really, really lovely way. I feel like a lot of you live in a rather busy city. You could also live in a rather high building, or surrounded by a lot of other, like, almost cramped buildings. But it does feel like there's a lot of stress surrounding work, my darlings. A lot of stress surrounding work, and it feels like, kind of... It's so important to you to be authentic to yourselves. And it feels like through work that sometimes can be difficult to be, despite how hard you try, why do I keep hitting my chair? Let me scoot. There we go. And you have, in a lot of ways, been authentic to yourselves, but then it's hard to maintain that. Like, with the back and forth here, like, you're like, okay, I want to be true to myself, but then people are like, I don't know if I like that. And you're like, oh, okay, sorry, maybe this. And they're like, I don't know. And you're like, well, what do you want from me? And I feel like there's so much empowerment from this person that's coming forward, my darlings, from this person that is going to love you fucking unconditionally. And I mean that fully and truthfully. that you are what deserves to exist, and you deserve to be seen wholly and fully and authentically as you are, because that is everything. And that's really important. And you are working, my darlings, on looking inward for validation as opposed to outward, because it feels like you do, and have done for quite a while, get your validation from outward influence. You know, your goofiness and your sweetness and your funniness and your everything, you know, getting reactions from people is really what makes you feel good, and you recognize that, and you've been trying to get it, you know, from yourself, and this person comes forward, and this person so wholeheartedly validates you for everything that you are. And that is authentic because this person, one, extremely psychic, two, loves the shit out of you, and three, knows you so fucking well. You two become like like, this is soulmates, my babies, for sure. Best fucking friends, best friends that are fucking, and then a relationship and soulmates and everything else. Sorry. Hee hee ha ha ha. And it feels like, um, you know, it allows you to then validate yourself, because this person who sees you clearly and truthfully, in a way that I feel like not a lot of other people do, fully, for everything that you are, my darlings. There's so much to you, so much that is wonderful to you, and it feels like there's not a lot of people that know all of the different aspects of who you are, and they're all so wonderful, my babies. Truthfully, I mean that wholeheartedly. Don't give me none of that, well, I mean that. And the fact that this person sees those aspects of you and adores you and encourages you to have those aspects be seen, that then allows you to feel more confident in validating yourself. And it feels like, within about 3 years of connecting with this person, you do change your career to something that's more genuinely what you want to do with your life. An extension of what you're doing now. It feels like what you're doing now is great in a lot of ways. You know, it's fun in a lot of ways. You make a lot of fucking money. And it that like bridges the path for you to go forward to what you really want to do, which feels very creative based. And yeah, with less of the, you know, restriction and obligation, and so more free flowing, more fun. And that's what this person really brings into your life. They bring so much to your life, but another thing they also bring into your life is like more flow, in a way that it feels like a lot of your life can get very stagnant, in a way that feels almost like suffocating, and you have to like get away from it. And that's, yeah, no, there's so much good coming in. I feel like I'm picking up on, yeah, babies. Oh, my sweet babies. Okay, hold on to that message for me for a second, my darlings. I gotta get through this. We have the Four of Cups. We have the King of Swords. We have Karma, which is Karma the world? We'll say yes. We have the Moon. Okay, that's, yeah, this person's the Moon. We have the High Priestess. I'm gonna put you over here, actually, because you're this person. You're this person coming through. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Two of Swords, and we have the Nine of Wands again. My babies, come on now. Come on now. Oh, babies. When it's good, it's good. I don't know what to tell you. When it's good, it's good. Okay, so I feel like you connect to this person. It feels like your birthdays are quite close together. I do feel as though there's a difference in age of, I'm hearing 5 to 9 years. If you are over 35, it would be them being, they could be younger. If you are over 35, then they would be, no. If you are younger than 35, then what am I fucking saying? If you are over 35, they are younger. If you are younger than 35, they are older. No, that's not what I was saying. If you are older, even spirits like this, like they're like, what are you, what? We've shown you this, just say it. And I'm like, okay, if you are younger than 35, they are no more than 3 years younger or older than you. If you are over 35, they could be 5 to 9 years younger or older. But it feels like for the most of you, it's younger. I do this for a living, I'll have you know. And so, but yeah, the time that you're in currently, my darlings, this very difficult situation that you're dealing with, it doesn't feel primarily related to your work, but it does feel as though your work is a significant aspect in your, kind of overall stress and difficulty coping with this situation, because it adds a lot of stress to you and it takes a lot of your attention. You definitely dream about this person a lot. I feel like you guys could even lucid dream, or even like connect to each other's dreams within about a month of connecting to this person. And I feel like you might not even realize that you're doing it at first, but it's fucking cool, babies. It is cool. There's definitely an element of online to how you meet this person. I do not feel as though you work with this person. I do not feel that you work with this person. I feel as though your work and their work, however, are online based and are a key factor in how you two meet each other. And I feel like that's a really big confirmation, because you guys are telling me that like sometimes you can't take a hint. Some of you are saying I can never take a hint. Some of you are saying I don't even know the hint is happening. And so it feels like this is so sure. This is so sure. This is so sure. It's so sure. I don't know who I just became. It's so sure. It's so destined. It's so divinely guided towards each other that there is no way that you would be given an opportunity to miss this person. It feels like this person just claw drops into your lap, and even if they drop into your lap and you're like looking over there, like spirit's gonna put so many fucking signs and arrows in your face to be like, turn your head that way. And then you look and they're like, hi, and you're like, oh my god, hi. And they're like, I'm so glad you found me. And you're like, you're here. And it's so cute. It's so cute. You guys have such fucking long conversations. Like I'm hearing like 9 hour phone calls when you first connect, because you guys can talk forever. Both of you talk for a living for sure, and there's a lot of talking. There's a lot of like, I feel like you guys almost get self-conscious about it, and you're like, I'm sorry I ramble, and then it's like, you don't have to be sorry, first of all, because you two are so interesting and so passionate and so fucking incredible that people are like drawn into your voice. Like people are like, no, I could listen to you forever. And it's the same for the both of you. Like you never run out of things to talk about. There's no awkward moments. There's no, lulls in conversation. There's no scrambling to like continue or end a conversation. Like it flows so easily and naturally, because this is past lives, my babies. This is soulmates. This is somebody who at an intuitive level you have known for eternity. So it's like reconnecting as opposed to getting to know somebody. But there is that element of excitement, because that is something you both are really passionate about, is getting to know somebody and learning about somebody, because that person as an individual has existed for an entire lifetime before they've connected to you, my darlings. And how fucking cool is that? That is a lifetime of stories and memories and experiences and jokes and everything that you get to then learn about. And that's fucking incredible. And you two value that very, 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 very much. The Two of Swords here, I'm picking up on her blindfold, but it feels like, okay, there's some element I feel like both of you might have really bad vision. But there's also some element of... And specifically, I feel like one of you, for those of you that resonate with having bad vision, one of you wears glasses and one of you wears contacts. And the other is like, no, I don't like wearing glasses at all. And the other is like, if you come near my eyeball... It's so stupid. It's so stupid. That's so stupid. Oh my god. Oh fuck. I mean, if you know, you know. But like, it doesn't feel good. Stop. Okay. 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 If come back down, stay with me now. Hold on tight. No, no, don't. If you oh, fucking grow up. Oh my god. Okay. If you they don't like contact. No, it's gonna take me out. Okay. Yeah. What the fuck was I even talking about? Okay, yeah, but also if it feels like it's such incredible happenstance that you two connect. Like, it's so... I feel like this person just literally, like, just appears out of nowhere. Come back to it, baby. Appears out of nowhere, and fuck off. There we go. Okay, we're past it. Appears out of nowhere and like just shows up in front of you, but it's so... there's such a pull to them, and it feels like you're going to know because you're so... like, every aspect of your lives are disconnected, aside from the fact that I feel like both of you work online, and you're fucking soulmates. But it feels like, you know, if not for this one thing that brought us together, like, we would not connect. Like, what we do is different, and the, you know, the way we do it is different, and the people that, you know, are surrounding us are like very different. For the most part, it feels like both of you could be online content creators, and there's like some link between like viewership, but it feels like the content you make is very different. But there's a lot of passion that drives what you both make, which is really beautiful. And a lot of so much fucking mutual respect between both of you. And it feels like, yeah, that's your like surefire thing, is like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. This is literal fate. And it is, my baby. It sure fucking is. You think it's really, 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 really sexy what this person does, by the way. There's a lot of intuition, a lot of like witchy energy. This person's just, they do something to you, my oh, come on, babies. They do something to you, my loves. They do. They do, in a way that kind of... holy shit. In a way that kind of almost throws you off. Almost throws you off, because very, very, very seldom, my loves, Do you find people who can uh sorry, I was putting my cards away. People who can like not only keep up with you but kind of put you at a loss for words, because you're so quick and you're witty and you're smart and you're excellent communicators, my loves. And you kind of you like the effect that you have on people. You have a lot of charisma about you, my babies. And you kind of like that. You kind of like that. And then this person comes forward and they're so beautifully genuine and authentic. And they're also so charming, and they're so like the connection that they have with their existence is beautiful. They're so in their power. They're so confident in a way that's very authentic. And I feel like that's a huge attraction for you, because you're very attracted to confidence, but not confidence in relation to arrogance, in relation to meanness, in relation to like competitiveness even. You're just related to people who are so certain of themselves, and this person is that. This person is certain of themselves and their existence, and the space that they take up in the universe is a worthy one, and they ensure that they feel worthy of that space. And you're drawn in, my babies. You are so interested in what this person does. Like, you're so curious about it. You're so excited about it. I feel like you love to ask a lot of questions. You're very curious, but so is this person. So you don't need to feel timid or shy about it, my darlings. A lot of Mercury energy in this connection as well. Taurus, Gemini, Virgo, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Pisces. And it's really cute. You're so fucking cute. You're so cute. Okay, so we have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Chemistry, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. Very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. This is absolutely fucking bananas. I'm going to tell you that right now. Oh, babies. Oh, babies, it's good. Oh, it's good, it's good, it's good, it's good, it's good. It feels like, yeah, you're so ready. You're so fucking ready for this person, my loves. You have been empowering this connection so much on your behalf, specifically through your readiness, through your desire to have your person with you. Not just any person. Not just any person, because you've accepted any person before and you are not going to do that anymore, my darlings. Instead, you're like, no, I want my person. I want the person who is fulfilled in their life, and then we come together and fulfill each other in so many ways. sorry. And fuck off. And me and myself. And you get to create something beautiful and something worthwhile and something authentic together in a really, really, really wonderful way. And it's beautiful, my babies. And that is who you're calling in. So you visualized, waking up with this person. You visualized making your bed with this person. You visualized brushing your teeth together in the morning with this person and putting your arm around them and resting your head against theirs, or resting, your head on their shoulder, or whatever the fuck. It feels like there's a significant height difference between you both. And you both feel quite tall, though. I will say there's a lot of leg in this connection. And it feels like, you put a place in them, in your mind and in your heart and in your existence for so long, that of course they're going to be drawn to that place, my loves. You have made room for them in the same way that they have made room for you, because they're the exact same way, my darlings. And those visualizations have done such a fantastic job of energetically pulling you two in together, my babies, in a really, 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 really beautiful way. This is happening so fucking quick. You're so ready for it, my babies. You're so ready for this wonderful person to come into your life. And I feel like some of you are kind of worried that what you do for a living will be looked down upon by a romantic partner, because there's so much. It's so time consuming. There's so much attention. It's, to do what you do is to put up with a lot a lot that's unexpected and a lot that's expected, but still maybe not the most pleasant to deal with. And it's like, okay, fuck, because I really want my person, but also what if like I meet the person of my dreams and then I'm doing this for a living and they're like, oh my god, I can't fucking handle that, bye-bye. No. No. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. No. One more time. No. No. Two more times. Mm-mm. No. This isn't the case with this person, my loves, because what you do is important to you. You put so much more effort and work into what you do than people recognize or even appreciate fully, my loves. So much. And this person is going to see that. I also feel like this is a person who you can find comfort and reassurance in. This is a person who is going to be a muse for you. I feel like you two, like there's a renewed sense of having fun with what you do. Like how you felt when you first started doing what you did. And you're like, yeah, when I was naive, maybe. But but like when when the possibilities were endless and limitless and the fun was limitless and endless and you were, kind of nervous because it was so new, but it was exciting in the way that it was new and limitless. And that's going to happen again through this person. They're going to make what you do fun and they're going to be involved in it. And the two of you are so beautiful because you're so involved in each other's lives. In a wonderful way, so wholeheartedly. We bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius, surrender to the divine, full moon. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Balance spirituality and practicality. That's what this connection feels like very strongly as well. And it's time to release negativity. Okay, yeah. So the same new moon and full moon is very, very telling of what you both have released. And I feel like what you both have released pertains a lot to past connections that were very controlling and very difficult. And you've moved past them, you've let them go fully, and it's allowed you both to, one, set your boundaries for what you're willing to accept and what you know you're worthy of. And as well, it's allowed you to fully recognize and appreciate this warmth that you have in this romantic connection and the love and the respect and the appreciation. There's so much fun here. This is a relationship that never loses its fun and its passion and its excitement. And I feel like that's something you're worried about. You're worried about, getting tired of somebody or them getting tired of you. You're worried of a relationship drying out. You're worried of, investing so much love and time into a person and then not having them. And that is not the situation here, my babies. That is not at all the situation here, because you are soulmates. This is a lifetime connection, my babies. You have waited long enough to be with each other. It feels like some of you are worried about time. Like I can hear like a ticking like pocket watch or something. And it feels like, yeah, you don't have to worry about time because the time passed as it was meant to, my loves. And you guys are so fucking close to meeting. So fucking close to meeting. It's so exciting. It is so exciting. You are safe with this person, my loves. You are safe. You can trust this person. I don't need to tell you that because this person proves that to you time and time again without even trying. At a subconscious level, they are consistently validating that they respect you, that they value you, that they cherish you, that you are safe with them, and that you can trust them. But I'm going to tell you because I'm being called to tell you. And balance spirituality and practicality. Okay. I love this because it feels like it's a screenshot from Kiki's delivery service, and it's her on the bike with the dude, the like airplane engineer dude, and it's like the ideal relationship is the small business witch and the nerd that's obsessed with her. And that feels like this connection. It feels like you two are you're so similar in a lot of ways in the way that you communicate. You guys are so always ready to experience joy so wholly and fully. You're so curious about the world. You want to experience the world. You love food. You love traveling. You love the people that you love wholeheartedly and unconditionally. You're compassionate. The world is better because the two of you exist in it as individuals as well as when you're together. You impact the world around you so fucking positively. And at the same time, especially in terms of like appearance, like outwardly, but also like what you do for a living is so different, because this person feels esoteric as fuck, my babies. Like they are psychics, they are witches, they are mediums, they could be Reiki healers as well, they could be shamans, and you feel like you do something unconventional but more accepted. At the very least will, especially in the way that like you guys dress. Like this person dresses like the cards we had earlier, the contract and then the loving woman. Like she, was dressed like very like fantastical and very, very free and very beautiful and very like eye-catching, but in a way that like, not everybody is dressing that way. And then the guy was dressed very like I'm hearing very smart. So I feel like you guys could be from a place where you would refer to somebody dressing nicely as dressing smart, which UK, Ireland, maybe New Zealand, Australia, maybe Japan, maybe South Africa, etc. and so on. France, perhaps. And it feels like Sweden as well. Finland, Norway, Denmark, Germany. I'm picking up on Iceland, but I don't feel like that's something, maybe that's something they say there, but I feel like one of you could have traveled to Iceland, or both of you really, 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 really want to go to Iceland, and that's somewhere you go together. Anyway, it feels like, you dress more practical. So when, like, the two of you are gorgeous people, you're gorgeous people, you garner a lot of attention because of who you are, because of the way that you are. And then what, like, the attention that is pulled to you when you both step into a room looking as hot as you fucking look, my babies. In very different ways. Like, but so it's different, but it's so balanced in the way that it's different, and it's perfect in the way that it's different, and it's just so good. It is so good, so good. One of you is, I feel like both of you are pretty nerdy, but I feel like one of you is more like outwardly nerdy, like very into there's a lot of video games. One of you has a very, 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 very big passion and knowledge for technology, especially electronics and like cameras and like screens and TVs and monitors. We have overstimulated, we have sexual, yeah. We have hard, please calm down. We have protected, yes. Yeah. We have introverted, we have cuddly, we have closed. We have three's a crowd. We have yawn. We have outer beauty and ego. And then we have committed, my babies. Please, will you? But yes, one of you very into video games, very into film, very into like I'm picking up on Elden Ring. You've been Elden in that ring, babies, now haven't you? I really, really, really want to get back into Elden Ring. I haven't. I really want to. I've been watching like so many videos on like lore and theories and reading up on lore about I need to get back into it. I really, really want to. I've been thinking about it nonstop for like 2 months now. Anyway, it's not sorry. You've been Elden in that ring. That's the long and short of it, my babies. And yeah, like very into like your film franchises and your passions. I'm seeing Star Wars, I'm seeing Lord of the Rings, I'm seeing Marvel, and oh, it's Twilight. Okay. I didn't know what I was seeing. I was like, what? Where am I? Because we went from like fucking, okay. Went from like elves to vampires, and I was like, where are we? Why is everything so washed out? Okay. Twilight. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Why not? Right? Whatever. Some of you are very, 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 very into reading. I feel like literature is a very important aspect of this connection. I feel like one of you or both of you want like a really big library. You want like the very fantastical study that you would see in like a movie. I feel like some of you want to write books as well, or your person wants to write books. But yes, one of you is more like cliche nerdy than the other, but both of you both feel very nerdy, and that's like a really big point of attraction for you both. It's really cute. It's really, really cute. Oh, I can see you guys playing video games together. Oh my god. Oh. I mean, sitting with the person you love and playing Elden Ring, I don't know. I don't know if that's your fantasy, but that's my fantasy. Oh my god. Oh, that's getting me right in the heart, my babies. That's getting me good. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of attention around you. There could be, I feel like you keep your relationship between just you both, at least the closeness of it. I feel like outwardly, you know, you guys are like friends, aren't you, baby? Yeah, you're friends. But then like between you both, it's like, okay, we're everything to each other. So much passion in this connection, my babies. Oh my fucking goodness. The passion in this connection, the passion is bananas. It is electrifying. Oh, like, oof. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. You can be so truthful in the varying degrees of your passion with this person. And I don't mean strictly like sexually. I don't, some of you like it rough. I'm just saying. My goodness. But like also in like the passion, you know, like intimate passion, not just physical passion, but intimate passion. And I don't know why I said it like that. Oh my God. And the two of you understand each other so well and allow each other to like unfurl completely. Like you don't have to be shy. You don't have to hold back. There's so much fun and excitement in exploring each other's fantasies and getting to know each other, but also giving to each other in so many ways. Like the physical affection in this connection is beautiful. There is never a point in time where you two are together that you're not touching. Like you're holding hands, you have like arms linked, you're sitting beside each other, you're dry. I feel like one of you really likes to drive, and drives a lot, and the other is the passenger princess, regardless of gender, passenger princess for fucking sure. I do feel like for a lot of you though, both of you can drive, but one just gets really anxious driving. And like has like a hand, you know, holding their hand or hand on their leg. Like you two are always touching because like you found your person, my babies, and there's so much energy in that person, in your soulmate, that how could you not touch them? This person puts their hand over your heart a lot. Very, very, very protective of your heart. And I feel like you've been experiencing a lot of, in the 2 months before you connect with this person, my darlings, a lot of very intense emotional release. Which is a very big signifier. One, you've been dealing with some shit, but two, a big signifier of your heart chakra opening. This is your forever person, my babies. This is your forever person. I feel like a part of why you keep your relationship like under wraps is because, especially for one of you, there is a lot of attention on you. Both of you have like attention on you, but one of you has a lot of attention. Like if I'm hearing fan base, and viewership. So a lot of attention, and there's almost like oh, I don't like that. I don't like that word. There's a lot of like possessiveness I'm hearing, to the attention that you get. Okay, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that word. Possessiveness to the attention. What? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, ooh, okay. Yeah. So, okay. All right. So, first of all, that would connect with like why you feel, part of why you feel, you know, worried about like what you do for a living. This person could not give a shit, my babies. This person could not give a shit. It feels like their reaction is my reaction, where it's like, what? And it's like, okay. Like very unbothered, but like a little like, huh. Like, I feel like they're more worried, like, are you okay? Like, are you, like, how does that must not feel very nice. Are you okay, my babies? Hold my hand. Um, so yeah, it feels like there's like, because you're both very protective people, hugely protective people. Least of all for your soulmate, for your best friend, for the person you love unconditionally. So you want to keep this person safe. And the nice thing is, yeah, you both love food. You go out to eat a lot. It's very fun. You get like all really like dressed up, and you go to fancy places, or like in the middle of the night, like after you're doing some stuff together, you go out and you eat, or you get food in and you like sit in bed and eat food and talk. And it's very cute. It's so cute. Um, but yeah, you want to protect each other, which is fine because there's something really nice about existing in that like space away from the world that you both have with just each other. And getting to know each other and building like a very, very, very strong, very solid relationship with all the Nine of Wands energy we got as well earlier. And then, you know, when you come out into the world and you're like, yeah, we're together, even if there's people who are like, oh, what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't affect you. There is so much strength that you get from this person, and you reassure this person a lot as well, my darlings. This is a beautiful connection. I can't take it. And then it's a matter of, you know, not being affected by outward influence. This person especially helps you with that, because that's something that's kind of hard for you sometimes to hold on to. We have in the first place that comes to mind, somewhere in Antarctica, which, okay, they're telling me to read the thing. Secluded, okay. And then inventive, active, and full. Cabin in the woods, long-lasting, hardy, durable. Yeah, okay. So one, I feel like you guys get a vacation home very deep in nature, because I feel like you live in the city, and I feel like this person moves in with you quite quickly. I do feel as though there's an element of distance, but I feel like within 2 years you guys move in together. But this person really likes to be connected to nature, and you as well, but you're like, I don't know, I don't think I'd necessarily live in nature. It feels like some of you could be originally from like smaller towns or more like rural places, or I'm hearing like very religious places, or places that were kind of far away from like all the amenities that you've gotten used to being very close to you now. And you like the energy of the city, you like the hustle and bustle and the busyness. Okay, simple and effortless. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So you're definitely fed up with being alone. You're definitely fed up with being alone, my darlings. And it feels like when you reconnect with yourself wholly and fully, you do very clearly feel that this person is close to you, because there's no longer, like 2 weeks before you meet this person, that heaviness that you've been feeling of like, you know, when am I going to find my person? I'm calling in my person, not any person, my person. That heaviness kind of lifts, and there's like a sense of optimism, a sense of excitement, and a sense of knowing something. Because you're intuitive, my babies. You got that really, really, really good gut instinct, and you know when something really big is about to happen. And you're going to feel that very strongly with this person. Some of you could work for an international company, especially work for a company based in Asia. And you two, I feel like you two live on different continents. Not super far away, though. Not super far away, like neighboring continents. I don't know anything about geography. I'm just gonna preface this right now. But yeah, water between you both, not forever, my darlings. Don't worry about it. And it works out in a way, because it allows you two to like still do what you have to do, because you two are so pulled into each other, my babies, that if, it's almost like if this person was like, you know, there in your house with you tomorrow, you'd never get any work done. So we have eyes, soul connection. You love this person's eyes. You love this person's eyes. This person loves your eyes. A lot of eye contact. A lot of eye contact in a lot of different circumstances, you know what I'm saying? We have heart chakra. We have crown chakra. Babies, come on now. And then we have, yeah, okay. And then we have inner thighs and intimate space. Okay, so off the bat, you love this person's body, and this person loves your body. And I feel like for both of you, there could be some past circumstance that you both have kind of had to come to terms with, you know, really fully loving and accepting yourselves in the way that you look, and knowing that that comes from a deeper place than you know, clothes or working out or whatever. Like, it comes from a deeper place, and then through that you know, refurbished love and affection for yourselves, then being more conscious about, you know, what you're putting into your body, being more conscious about what you're giving your body, what you're doing to your body, etc., and so on. And you two, yeah, you two are really, really, really in a good place with that. And the two, oh my God, the way you two adore each other through and through. A lot of like full body appreciation. Like, you two just, every aspect of the other person, you're so deeply in love with. You're so enchanted by. I just keep getting that over and over again. Like, you just fucking, I didn't shuffle these, but I did pull out I am pure love. And it feels like, yeah, so much appreciation. This person especially, you really, you appreciate everything. Their eyes, though, stand out to you. Their laugh, their smile, and their lower halves especially. They're very nicely shaped people, I will say. There's some very nice, there's a lot to do that too. But yeah, very nicely shaped. They're always so soft and warm. They feel like when you, like, they're so cuddly. They're like teddy bears. They're so soft and lovely, and you're just so comforted by them. You're so fucking comforted by them. Oh my God, you love each other so much. Whew. Beautiful eyes though on this person, I will say. You've never seen eyes like you've seen on this person. You could fall into those eyes for sure, my babies, and in a lot of ways you do. Everything I'm involved in is worth it. I am desired. Yeah, what else am I pulling to? Okay, you guys are being divinely guided to each other, and this person definitely has, if you're a cat person, this person has a cat, but I feel like a lot of you are dog people. This person has a dog. My body is beautiful. Okay, confirmation there. That's really, really nice. And then bottom of the deck energy is my body can please. Okay, my loves. That is fucking stunning. Let us get your wax reading, because I love this connection and I want to look more into it. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second, please, my babies, if you don't mind. I pulled so many cards. Hee. I like this connection. I don't know what you want from me. It made me really happy. It's so lovely, and you're so worthy of it, my babies. You're so worthy of it. I'm sorry for the hard time you've been going through, my babies. This person is so close. And I know that's not like the sole reason for happiness, but oh, my nose is itchy. Confirmation for you if you experience that, my darlings. I know that's not like the sole, you know, reason for going through something. Absolutely not, my darlings. You two are more mature than that. Mature enough to give each other space as well as needed, but always finding your way back to each other. But it does feel like, yeah, it's just so, it's so validating that all of the patience that you've had and everything you've gone through has been so worth it, because your person's like right there, my babies. I just made the mistake of checking the time. And because like when I have no idea how time passes when I channel my babies. I do not know whatsoever. I don't have a clock in my office. I just set an alarm on my phone, because at a certain time I have to go do something. And other than that, it's free reign. Till that alarm goes off, free reign. So I don't know how time passes. And I just checked the time, and it's a good connection, my babies. It's worth all the time in the world. That's for fucking sure, my babies. But it also feels like that resonates with like how time passes when you two are together, or when you're talking, when you're communicating, because it's just gone in an instant. Like, you guys, like, you know, look out the window and like the sun is rising, and you're like, oh, have we been talking for like 12 straight hours? It felt like an hour. I do see you guys, it's really cute. I see you guys playing video games a lot. Like, talking on the phone while like you're playing video games, even if you're not playing like together, like playing video games, but talking on the phone, or like one person, um, because you're both really, really relaxed by video games. Um, which really speaks to how strong this connection is, because at the beginning of the reading I was talking about how I had restarted Fire Emblem Three Houses, which is like along with Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2, 10 a bit more so, but like they're my comfort games, you know, like they're just cozy, they're just fun, they're pleasant, they make me feel nice. Um, and it feels like for a lot of you that it feels like you two have kind of like almost different taste in games. Like one of you likes more like intense, like combative games, and one likes more like strategic or like almost puzzle based games, or like JRPGs. And yeah, one of you also, I'm hearing rhythm based games. One of you really likes rhythm based games. But so if somebody wants to like relax and is like, I just want to play, I just need to, you know, get some let off some steam. I just want to play a game. And the other person, oh, what was that about, my baby? That wasn't anything bad. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So you're really, you're getting rid of a lot of negative thought processes, my darlings. In regards to connections and relationships, I also feel like you are really doing a really good job of enforcing your boundaries. And for people that don't warrant an opinion or input on your life, you're no longer allowing them to have that opinion or input in a way that affects you, which is really, really, really empowering. And but one of you wants to like de-stress with the game, but you're like, but I still want to like feel like I'm with you. So you guys just sit on the phone together, and I feel like one of you might like be like falling asleep, and one of you, or like doing some work and the other person's playing a video game, but you just have each other on speakerphone, and like every once in a while it's like, are you okay, baby? Or what are you thinking about? Or how's the game going? Or like some, it's just so, it's so easy. It's such an easy connection. It's such an easy relationship that's really, really, really very fucking beautiful. Um, because it's so natural. I feel like both of you have been in connections before, even in like some like friendships, where you felt like you had to really, really, really try super hard to maintain a place in people's, you know, minds and hearts, but especially in romantic connections. I feel like you, especially, my darlings, have had so many fears in the past of being forgotten or replaced, and that really devalues the fact that you're so fucking special and you're so worthy of the space that you occupy. And that space that you occupy is yours because you're deserving of it. Nobody else is deserving of the space that you occupy, my loves. I'm hearing that it's really important for me to, you're going to know this wholeheartedly, but I'm hearing it's really important for me to reassure you that you are the only person who has now, in the last 8 years and for the rest of eternity, existed in this person's heart. Um, Absolutely. Yeah. Without a shadow of a fucking doubt, you you are it for this person. Like they do not ever, ever, ever get bored of you or get tired of you or, you know, need space from you, or they don't even like being away from you. Not in a codependent way, just in a way that like they've gone their whole lives looking for you. Of course they're going to want to be with you always, but like there's no fear or pressure in this connection. It's not like I can't be away from you because then what if you forget about me? Like, no, you can be away, my babies, if you have a business trip and they can't go or whatever fucking thing. Like, you two make each other feel loved and valued in that newly created space. You know, they send you saucy pictures or little text messages, or you buy them, you know, something fun to do while you're away, and they, you know, let you know that they're utilizing it. Like, you two exist forever in each other's lives in such an important way that there's never room for any doubt in this connection of the value that you hold for each other. And that's really fucking beautiful. I feel like one of you could work for a Japanese company because I'm seeing Godzilla. Or you could really like visiting Japan. You could have lived in Japan for a little bit. You could live in Japan now. You could be traveling to Japan soon. Um, but yeah, you two, this is a really, really lovely connection, my darlings. Worth the wait, I'm hearing very clearly. Worth the wait. And you have a really, 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 really long, beautiful life together, my babies. I feel like family is really important to you, my darlings. You really visualize like your family life. And this is the person that you have that with. Abso-fucking-lutely. This person is very unbothered, I'm hearing. It feels like there's a lot of kind of judgments or criticisms that surround you. This person is very unbothered. They're very unbothered. They've spent a lot of time and energy connecting with their confidence in themselves and their sureness in themselves, especially because I feel like so many of them do something very intuitively based. Like, you can't, as gentle of heart as you have to be an intuitive, and as compassionate as you have to be, you know, you do kind of have to, in some ways, have a bit of a thicker skin, because, you know, you can be divinely protected from a lot of judgments and a lot of negativity, but there's always going to be that. And this, yeah, really excellent communication as well from the both of you. Really, really excellent communication with each other. It's the kind of relationship where even if you two have been like busy all day and you haven't been able to, I have so much wax on my nail, to reconnect, or like see each other and you're dog tired when you get into bed and snuggle up to each other, it's like you make sure that before you fall asleep, you ask a very genuine, how was your day today, or what happened today, or how did this thing go, this meeting, this whatever you had going on. And then like you always check in with each other. You care about each other so fucking much. It's really, 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 really beautiful. That's so nice. That is so nice. You both smell really good as well. One of you buys really expensive perfume or cologne. Like, really fucking That's wild. Oh, the cologne perfume budget, my babies. It's great. Which is fine because you're making a lot of money. So, like, do that, my babies. Makes you feel good. Makes you smell good. Definitely a lot of Taurian energy. A lot of Taurus energy. A lot of Gemini as well, I'm picking up on. But yeah, you both smell really good. This person feels really warm. I feel like some of you might run kind of cold, or like your hands get cold. Your hands also get really clammy. When you're nervous, your hands get really sweaty. And this, I feel like one of the first times like you're physically connecting, you guys are walking, this person holds your hand and you're so excited, but you're so nervous. Even though you have like a really solid connection at that point, you're still like pretty nervous. And it feels like, you're like wiping your hand on you, and you're like, sorry, my hand, you probably don't want to hold my hand's sweaty. And they like grab your hand and lace your fingers together, and they're like, no, try and stop me from holding this hand I've been waiting to hold for however long. Really beautiful. I feel like you guys stay up together all night for the first night that you like connect, as well as the first time you physically connect. Yeah, I'm seeing you guys like sitting together, and you notice the sun setting, and then you notice the sun rising. This person's very connected to the sky, very, very connected to the sky in a way that it's so beautiful, because then like the sky always makes you think of this person. And Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is nice. This is really nice. This feels as warm and wonderful as you're deserving of, my babies. Truthfully, honestly, this is really lovely. Mm, I'm getting a little. Okay, I'm getting a lot of the UK in this connection. One of you being from the UK or having family lineage in the UK, because I can hear the theme song to Winnie the Pooh. But then I feel like one of you could either live in Canada currently or be from Canada originally or have lived in Canada for a while or like went to like university or something in Canada, because I'm also hearing like documentary narrator's voice being explaining that like Winnie the Pooh was named Winnie because of Winnipeg, which is in Canada. But and I'm getting like really big crown chakra prickles, which is always, it always reminds me of Spirit like patting my head, being like, "Good job, you got it," and me being like, "Thanks. I've been doing this for a decade." Ha. And you guys definitely travel a lot, though. Definitely travel. You're both very aware that there's like an entire world out there for you to see, and you really want to see it. You want to experience it. The food, especially. Food is such a beautiful, beautiful thing in this connection. You both love cooking. You love spending time in the kitchen. You love trying new things. You introduce each other to a lot of new food. Um, you both have like really, really, really like vast tastes. I feel like you're going to. I just heard one of the like wax droplets like drop quite loudly. Um, I feel like, and I'm seeing the Two of Swords card again, which was the blindfolded woman. So I feel like, there you go, my baby. Don't roll away now. Come on, stay with me. Don't roll. Oh, that's okay. I knew you were going. I knew you were going. You're like, no, you've talked enough. And I was like, see, now I really want to relight it. I'm gonna relight it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know when to stop playing with fire. I feel like, what was I saying? Please bring it back, my loves. I feel like, yeah, you're gonna light for me, baby. Of course you are. I feel like, what do I feel like? What do I feel like? What do I feel like? What was I saying? Oh, yes. Okay, thank you. I feel like one of you, there's some element of like anonymity almost to hearing each other initially. Don't set my nail on fire. I'll be sad. I just got them done. Come on, baby. Oh, okay, it's fine. Fuck you. Sorry. I got wax in my nail. Fine, go out. Fine, I can take a hint. I feel like there's some people in this connection that can be very into wax play as well. Because the fact that I'm like casually peeling wax off myself, you're like, Hmm. But I feel like, okay, despite how physically attracted you are to each other, there is some element of, by the way, don't interpret that as anything negatively, my darlings. The fact that the candle went out, it's literally, like, I feel like some of you are like, oh no, what does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. Candle's never going to go out on your love, baby. But it does, it's just spirit trying to protect me from burning myself to the ground. Because obviously that's very difficult for them. The fact that the candle went out and I was like immediately lighting it back up. Yeah, I keep them on their toes like an unhinged toddler. It feels like despite how physically attracted you are to each other, there is an element of like, I keep hearing anonymity, but like not that, because you two like know of each other, you see each other. Okay, maybe you don't. Okay, maybe you don't see each other's faces initially, or maybe the way that you see each other is like kind of like unclear. Like maybe it's just through like a profile picture, so it's like kind of small. But there's definitely a very authentic draw to each other. Either you read like what the person like writes or comments and you're really pulled in, or you hear them talk and you're really pulled in. Because there's something about being aware of each other but not seeing each other fully. And then when you do see each other fully, it knocks your fucking socks off. In a really, 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 really beautiful way. You're so sure. You're so sure, and you're allowed to trust how sure you are with this person, my darlings. Because you can overthink till the cows come home, and you can doubt your perception of things very, very deeply. I feel like some of you just recently made breakfast, or you had eggs for breakfast, because this is reminding me of eggs. Or okay, I feel like some of you were raised in rather religious homes. I feel like you meet this person right around Easter. For a lot of you. Oh. Yeah. What was I saying before? I don't remember. It'll come back if it's meant to. But oh yes, okay, yes, thank you. You don't need to overthink this person ever, 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 ever. This person doesn't allow space for overthinking, my darlings. They're so reassuring and so loving, and the fact that you feel so pulled into this person, you can trust that, my babies. Absolutely, you can trust that. You think this person's hot as fuck though. The witchy shit that they do, you're so... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Or if you resonate as being the witch in this connection, then they're very, very pulled in by the witchy shit that you do, babies. I feel like the beach is very soothing for this connection. I feel like you guys spend a lot of time at the beach. That's like your like happy place. You're like home together, away from home kind of a thing. A lot of intimacy on the beach as well. And in the warmer months, skinny dipping. This person's not afraid of the cold. And some of you hate feeling cold. Hate it, hate it, hate it. You can be hot, you can be sweaty, that's fine. You don't like feeling cold. Which would make sense if one of you is from Canada. I have my window open. It is minus 12 degrees today, and I'm playing in a bucket of water beside a window. Bowl of water, I should say. Okay. Yeah. Very close though, babies. Very, very close to you. Very, very close to you. It's like two hands of fate are just gonna pluck you both and bring you together. And there also does feel like there's an element of water between you both. But really soon, my babies. Super fucking. It's like, yeah. You're gonna be dreaming about this person a lot. It's really exciting. I'm really, really happy for you, my babies, because you deserve everything that you have with this person. It's a really beautiful connection. Is there anything else? Oh shit. They give me a shiver and they tell me I've talked enough. And I'm me, so I won't listen. I hope you enjoyed that, my darlings. That was really, really, really lovely to tap into. If you did, please feel free to leave a comment and let me know. I would love to hear from you. I love talking to you guys. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please feel free to subscribe. All of my links for Patreon, which has the extended 18 plus readings, exclusive readings, as well as monthly forecasts, my Instagram, my Etsy, and my email for more information on private readings are down below in the description box. Thank you so much for being here with me today, my darlings. I hope that what you're going through gets lighter and easier quickly, and is resolved fast, and you are gentle and kind with yourselves. And I love you very, 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 very much. Bye. Oh my god, the wax in my mouth. Oh. Okay. I'm covered in wax and dog hair. If I could describe myself in so many words. Okay. Wax everywhere. Alright. Hello, 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 my beloveds. Group number 4, last but not least. If you picked this card, the Dragonfly Spirit Change, it does feel like dragonflies are a very, very, very big spiritual indicator for you, my darlings. I feel like you really resonate with dragonflies. You could have a piece of jewelry with a dragonfly or a dragonfly tattoo, or have little like dragonfly like pictures or trinkets around you. Some of you could even have like a crystal that's like carved into the shape of a dragonfly. So we have the Five of Cups and we have the Three of Staves and the Three of Wands. So it does feel like a lot of you, sorry, I'm trying to get the wax off my hands. A lot of you are either in the process of moving or just coming to terms with the fact that you would feel, just want to make sure I didn't put any cards from other decks in here, feel happier not being where you currently are. Yeah, okay, confirmation. Yeah, it feels like in the last year or two, my darlings, you've gone through a lot. You've gone through a lot being where you are. It feels like you are no longer, you no longer feel at home where you are. And if there she is, there she is. Yeah, okay. I knew you were in there somewhere. I felt you. We had the Four of Cups as well. Yeah. So a lot of discontentment where you are, my darlings. And it feels like, I feel like some of you could have dealt with a breakup. Some of you could have dealt with infidelity. Some of you could have dealt with like, you know, just kind of people talking behind your back or not being very, you know, authentic friends or even family members around you. And you just, it's like you want to turn a new leaf. It's like you've tried all of the alternative methods of, you know, cleansing yourself and your situation and healing through your situation. Some of you have gone to counseling. Some of you have like gotten into meditation, into yoga, into like more intense like workout routines to like get rid of stress. Some of you have like, you know, transitioned from like going into the office to working more at home or vice versa, something. And it's like, okay, I've done everything I can do within the realm of my control. And now I realize that more needs to be done. So I feel like it is intimidating. Of course, it's intimidating, my darlings. The Ten of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, my babies. You're ready to move on. You're ready to move on. Page of Cups, Ten of Cups. Okay, that's really beautiful. That's really beautiful in tandem with the Ten of Swords. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Sun. We have the Wheel of the Year. Okay. Gorgeous. Yeah. A really big call for change, my babies. Really big call for change. And then the Six of Cups. That's gorgeous. That's beautiful. Okay. So, we're getting a lot of the Hierophant. I think three piles today. I've had the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. Some of you could be parents. You could be parents of young children. So maybe that pertains to like your kind of indecision on moving or picking up and going elsewhere. But I feel like it's not something you would be thinking of if it wasn't a realistic possibility. And I do feel as though it would be very good for you, my darlings. I feel like you need that restart. You need that change. You need that newness, that freshness, that, you know, okay, I can build from here. You're very much in that phase of like, I fixed what I can. Now I recognize I need to, you know, find a sturdy surface and I need to build. And, you're very in your power, my darlings. You're very in your power. You're very, you know, aware of your emotions and keeping them in check. You're also trying to be more authentic in the way that you follow your intuition. And so for those of you with children who are afraid of, you know, moving somewhere, with your children, I'm hearing Spirit say very clearly that where you go, they will go. And it's not, you know, it's not something to beat yourself up about, my darlings, because it's not like you're, you know, jumping around to and fro here and there, you know, and they can't maintain a solid connection. And with the way, like, you know, if they're old enough to have, like, you know, close friends, like in school or something, we're at a time now that you can, you know, with technology, like, they can basically be there. It's not exactly the same, but, you know, there's so much communication and seeing each other, and, you know, you can visit each other. And otherwise, if they're younger, like, they're going to start their connections where you go, but they want to be where you are, and where you are feeling called to is where they're meant to be as well, because they're just meant to be with you. They're not meant to be in a specific place other than with you. And it feels like, yeah, that change is calling you for a reason. There's too much discontentment. There's too much stress and unhappiness where you are now, that it feels like what's calling to you is really what's meant for you, my babies. I just ran over my toe. I'm fine. I'm fine. We power through. And I don't want these right now. I want... Do I want these right now? Okay. Yes, I do, but I want to talk first. Which, so surprising, right? But, it feels like, yeah, you're definitely meeting... It doesn't feel as though right now, you would be... There's too much going on right now. Too much changing, too much shifting, that even if you had a romantic connection come forward right now, you wouldn't, like, really notice it. You wouldn't even pay attention to it, You'd kind of be, like, lost in your other obligations. But it does feel as though once you move to this new place, and once things like settle down and you're gonna feel so good, my babies. The vitality that you get through moving is gonna be so intensely refreshing. Such a renewed sense of passion and like excitement, passion. Yeah, thank you for the confirmation. And excitement, and I do feel as though you meet a romantic connection once everything settles down and once you're in a state of readiness for it, because it feels like you very consciously have like an energetic hand up being like, not right now. We have deception. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. Passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Retreat, it's time to disconnect from the world. Okay, so I'm getting some different messages with that one. One, deception feels like what you're leaving behind. It feels like I think we got deception actually. Yeah, we got deception twice. So somebody has fucked around with your feelings, my babies, and that is unacceptable. They can fuck right off with that, because that is ridiculous. You did not deserve it, and I'm very sorry that it happened to you, my darlings. You are moving past it. You are doing everything that you can in order to heal yourself, and that's everything that you can do. Very divinely protected, my darlings, I will assure you. My eye is being drawn to the rose quartz, my loves. If you feel pulled to rose quartz jewelry, or just a stone to have, like even in your bedroom or under your pillow, it feels like, yeah, you're going to connect with this person when you're in a much better place than you are in now. So for some of you, this could be somebody that that you don't recognize as a romantic interest right now. Like a friend, a very supportive, very warm person, who once everything like settles and calms down, you realize like, oh my God, hi, I see you now. But for a lot of you, I feel like this is a new person. I feel like this is a new person, and I feel like they come through once, everything is kind of settled, and especially because for so many of you, it feels like, to kind of cut away the past is like a very finite thing. So it would have to be, for those of you that resonate with an existing person being your next romantic connection, it would have to be somebody who has been very long-standing and very, very, very obvious in how you can trust them. We have worked through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. You and your loved ones are safe, new moon in Cancer. That's really beautiful. Bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. And conclusions are within reach, so full moon eclipse. Okay, so the fact that we got 3 new moons here, I really, 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 really love. Because that's all new beginnings. That's all new starts. And then the fact that the last one was a full moon eclipse, that's really, really, really comforting, because it's like, okay, no, when we're finished, we're gonna be finished. And that's how you feel, my darlings. That is how you feel. It feels like when you want to be done with this. You want to move past this. You don't want to carry this with you any longer. And I can tell that it's really at the forefront of your focus, because we're really not, as of yet, getting a lot about this other person. So it feels like there were other things that needed, there were other things, that needed to come through. We have your time. Yeah, so you had more questions than just, a romantic connection, my babies. We have introverted, we have sexual, we have cuddly, we have closed, we have outer And we have threes of crowd. Okay, yeah. So it feels like this person that you connect with really, really, really allows you to heal a lot sexually. And it feels like that's something that's a really big deal for you, because it feels like as it stands now, you're having a very difficult time kind of wrapping your head around having that kind of connection with somebody again, just because of, you know, the disrespect that you've been shown before. And so they really, a very, very closely trusting connection. Absolutely, my darlings. One of you could be from Europe, but Europe every fucking time. Europe, but also it feels like this person's very romantic, very chivalrous. I'm hearing, regardless of gender, very chivalrous. I feel like you could meet them. You definitely meet them outdoors. You could meet them while on a walk at a park. You could meet them at the beach. It feels like they are. Because it feels like you have, for those of you that have children, it feels like you have your kids with you. And for those of you that have your kids with you, there's not really a good time to approach someone as a single person when that person has kids and start hitting on them, because like I think any parent worth their weight in anything would be like, what the fuck's that about, my friend? So if you have children and your children are with you when this person connects to you, it feels like there's some bridge. Like they could be like the fun, like, you know, aunt or uncle, or they're with like their family, or they're with like some friends, and like, you know, they're playing like sports, and then the ball ends up rolling over you, and it's like, thanks, and you're like, oh my god, hello, hottie toddy, what are you doing? And or like they, you know, end up like being very sweet to your kids in a very authentic way, and, you know, playing with them, or their like nieces and nephews play with your kids. There's some sort of like very organic connection, but definitely outside a park or a beach, and a very, there's just such a warmness to them. There is such an authentic warmness to them that really, really, really pulls you in. I feel like I want to pull the Rose Oracle, and then we'll do your wax reading. But yeah, this person's also a fantastic listener, I'm hearing, which is something that you really value, because it feels like for so long, especially for those of you who have been in romantic connections before, it feels like you haven't really been heard. That could also stem back to childhood, you know, friendships or relationships with your parents. And this person really listens to you. Really, really listens to you. We have Sub Rosa, Hidden in Plain Sight, Mysteries, Learning and Teaching, Rapture, Sensuality, Love, Devotion, Romance, Ecstasy, and Pleasure, and Open. Say yes, expand through the extremes, and trust life. Okay, that's beautiful confirmations. Really, really beautiful. I pulled the Rose Oracle deck at the beginning. Like, I put it with all the decks I was going to use, and then every reading I kept hearing Spirit be like, no. And then I feel like it just came through for you guys, because like those are really beautiful confirmations. You can trust the passion that you feel in this connection, my darlings. You can trust the passion. I feel like that's something that, you know, is going to take time and patience, because you've been burned pretty bad. And if you give yourself that time and patience, it's going to be really rewarding through the connection that you have with this new person, because you can really wholly trust them, my loves. There is so much passion and attraction driving this connection, of course. A lot of physical attraction, but really authentic attraction as well. This person really, really cares for you, and they're very obvious in the way that they care for you, and you can trust the way that they care for you as well, my loves. You don't have to kind of paint a mask onto this person. You don't have to take, you know, see them as they are and then perceive them as being anything other than that. You know, they're not hiding. Like with Hidden in Plain Sight, yeah, like they're not hiding anything away. Like it's right there. They're right there, very authentically. I do feel as though the timelines for you meeting them are quite different, because it feels like some of you could be moving, you know, greater distances than the others. Some of you are moving like countries, some of you are moving continents, some of you are just moving, you know, to a city over. But it does feel like nope, that's not right. I'm hearing no less than a year. because there's a lot that you have to sort out and a lot that you want to sort out, my darlings. You know, you want to give yourself that time back and that care back and that energy back. And like I said, like rebuild. But yeah, you don't have to worry, my loves. You don't have to worry. You're not going to be, you know, without a person forever. I feel like that's something that you fear sometimes, is being without this person, or being without a person forever. And that's not at all going to happen, my babies. I can promise you that. I feel like daisies are a really big signifier for this connection. Or you could have, for those of you that have a child, you could have a child named Daisy, or a relative named Daisy, or a pet named Daisy. But I also feel like summer is important for this connection, or you move to a place that's like hot all the year round or most of the year round. But definitely between like May and September are very important for this connection, my loves. It's also very, very hot the day that you meet them, like very hot, like heat warning hot, not enough Gatorade in the world hot kind of thing, my babies. Okay, my loves, let us pull. No, we're not pull. We're not pulling. We are gonna do your wax reading and get some more. I feel like that's gonna bring through a lot about this connection as well, because the cards were mostly like about your current situation and what you needed to hear. Okay, my babies. All right, my loves, what's going on here with this connection? This person has a very warm nature about them. They could, I'm seeing them having a job that's very, yeah, that looks like a dragonfly to me. Dragonfly has huge signs for you. A dragonfly could actually land like on your arm or on your leg, like literally when this person walks up to you and you look down at the dragonfly and you're like, oh wow, dragonfly. You look up and they're like approaching you and you're like, holy shit. But it feels like they definitely have a job that requires a lot of compassion. So they could be counselors, they could be teachers, they could be psychologists, they could be, some of them could be like family lawyers, but like really good family lawyers. The family lawyers that give a shit kind of family lawyers, you know what I mean? Some of them could be, they could be doctors or nurses or nurses' aides. They could be, they could be vets. I'm hearing vets or vet techs. Or they could just work with like vulnerable people. But very compassionate people. A very, 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 I'm hearing that they're very selfless, and I feel like that's really attractive to you, because it feels like you've dealt with a lot of selfishness in the past, especially in romantic connections. But also it feels like a lot of you dealt with like selfishness as children, and so it feels like, you know, that's kind of just what you're used to, and you know, kind of what you know. And this person's very selfless, very, very selfless. It's very easy to love this person because they're so selfless. And the nice thing is they have such a fulfilling life, and they're so independent, that it's really attractive. Because especially for those of you with children, like, you're not going to have, you know, the same amount of time and energy as like a 16-year-old in a relationship, because you've got a life. You're adults, you have lives. And there's something really important to be said about the level of maturity it takes to be an adult, and to recognize that, you know, you can't, it's not realistic to expect to exist 24/7 in the company of another person, because like then, like, where's the rest, you know, where's the rest of your life? And it feels like that is very much what this connection is. It's like you two, you know, have a lot going on in your lives as individuals, and then when you're together, it's wonderful, and the time is really, really well spent, and really, you know, highly valued. This person has quite a distinct accent from your own, I'm hearing as well. And they have very, very dark, very thick hair, and very very, very physically fit as well. I feel like that pertains to like what they do for a living also. Like it's quite stressful, so they release a lot of stress through working out and physical activity. They have a lot of they're very strong, very solid people. Um, built like a brick shit house, I'm hearing. So, um, and it feels, I'm seeing two different situations. So when you move to this place that you want to move to, my darlings, it feels like this person is either from there originally, lived there their whole lives, or they have just also recently moved there. And I feel like if they have recently moved there, it's for the sake of family. It feels like, yeah, so either they live there their whole lives or they just moved there. And if they just moved there, it feels like it's for the sake of family, to be closer to their family. Um, yeah, family is definitely a factor. It could also be a job. It feels like they could have like just recently started a new job. Um, you're definitely not where you want to be right now, though, my darlings, because I just noticed that I think in all the other readings, except maybe pile number one, I can't remember. But as far as I know, in all of the other readings, I was looking at the flame and following the flame. And in this reading, I was looking at the flame in the water, which reflections are very like hopeful. You know, it's very much like, where do I want to be? Where do I want to see myself? Where am I visualizing myself? So it feels like because I'm looking here, that's kind of your energy, is like you're looking towards where you want to be and you're not content where you are now, and that's very telling. So it definitely feels like, my darlings, you're being called to change things up for a reason, and if it feels like a good reason as well, a worthwhile reason, and I think it's going to be really good, really, really, really fulfilling. There's a lot more to your story than just this, my loves. There's a lot more to tell, and a lot more that you want to experience. I'm hearing that some of you could have just recently got into like meal prepping or like into salads. You're trying to get into salads and trying to have a lot of fun with salads. I don't know. I guess that's just coming through as a confirmation. um, I feel like some of you, especially those of you with children, I feel like they could be asking for a pet a lot, or when you move to this new place, one of the first things you do is get a pet, because I hear some of you saying like, I finally have a yard, or, you know, we're going to live in like a better area to like walk them around in, but also to like help make, you know, the new place more homey. Nothing more homey than a homie, you know what I mean? um For star signs, I'm picking up on Leo, Aries, Capricorn, Sagittarius. We got Aquarius earlier. Libra, Cancer. Little bit of Scorpio, but not very much. Not very much. Little bit of Gemini as well. But definitely some significant Earth placements, Earth and air especially. You know, recognizing your worth and not accepting less than your worth is very prevalent in this reading, my darlings. Yeah, I'm also hearing you don't need anybody's blessing. It feels like some of you, you know, especially like family members or friends that don't want you to leave because, you know, they care about you and value you, are trying to encourage you not to leave. But, you know, if like distance doesn't break, it certainly, you know, requires more effort, but it doesn't break connections, my loves. So follow your heart, and you don't need anybody's permission to make a decision that you know ultimately is the right one for you to make. I feel like some of you could be right in the middle of a cold or a flu, or just getting over one. Feels like you have to clear your throat a lot. Also throat chakra stuff for sure, my babies. If you feel called to nourishing your throat, drinking some nice honey lemon tea, peppermint tea, you know, listening to some nice music and singing along, speaking your truth very authentically, even just in the form of like a journal, even like, you know, self-narrating as you write a journal. um, Definitely some throat chakra stuff coming up, my babies. Yeah, it feels like you're changing a lot of patterns. You're ending a lot of patterns, especially with this new connection. You know, a lot of patterns are kind of coming to a close, and it feels like confirmation of that comes in this person because it's so obvious how different they are from what you've experienced in the past in a really, really, really positive way. They also just really appreciate you. They really value you. They don't like devalue you. They don't talk down to you either. They don't try to like they don't belittle your like intelligence or thoughts or opinions or anything. Like just all of the shitty nonsense that you've had to put up with before is no longer what you're going to have to deal with, my darlings. I feel like some of you could want to move to a place with palm trees, or certainly a place that's warmer than you're used to. I feel like you're going to have a really good social circle in this new place as well. Really, really good social circle, either through work or you're just going to really follow a call to kind of put yourself out there a little bit more, because it's like, you know, when you have like such an exciting opportunity for a new start, it's like, okay, what did I not, you know, like about the former version of myself or my life, or what did I feel was holding me back? And it feels like you really want to like get out more and build more like authentic relationships, but also relationships that don't have the baggage of like, you know, what you've gone through in the past without your permission to share that, you know, when and if you're ready. And so it feels like you're going to join a group or a club or a class or something. And this person could also be in that class, but I feel like primarily if you meet them through the class, they're teaching the class. Um, and it becomes like a regular thing, like a weekly or bi-weekly kind of thing. And yeah, you build a very, very solid, very pleasant social circle through that, feeling very, very accepted and very seen very authentically in a really nice way, which is really beautiful. Um, okay. Every time I try and put these down, they're so slippery. I end up causing them to blow out, and then I worry that people are going to interpret that in like a negative way, when really it's just either me being stupid or spirit trying to prevent me from setting myself on fire. There you go, baby. That was the way. Took 4 tries, but we figured it out eventually. And then I blow it out by laughing. I did that once, for wondering. It feels like... No, I refuse to let you go out. There we go. Oh, you're going to go out anyway. Well, then I'll just hold you up here. There we go. It feels like, yeah, a really, really, really nice connection. A lot of laughing, a lot of people who kind of like share your values and your opinions in a really nice way, a really positive way, and then support you really authentically. It's really, really lovely, the connections that you build, my darling. Heat is definitely an element to where you're moving. It either has like different seasons than you're used to, or it's just continuously warmer. Yeah, but it feels like you're going to be in a really great place, my loves. It feels like you're headed toward that really great place already, especially because there was a really good balance in this reading of like other stuff, not just the romantic connection. And it feels like you're, you know, a big part of what you're working on or have worked on is like, you know, codependency and like the feeling of like needing a relationship. And instead you're now focused on like, what do I need aside from the relationship, and what can I give myself, and how do I get that? And then okay, the relationship comes along and it's great and it's nice and it's worthy of me, so that's fantastic. And that's a really, really good place to be in, my darlings. And I feel like it was very symbolic that after that message, the candle went through. So is there anything else, my loves? Oh, they give me a shiver and they tell me no. Group number 4, my darlings. I wish you all the very best, my loves. I hope that you enjoyed that. If you did, please feel free to leave a comment. I love to hear from you. I love to talk to you. Oh, that's weird. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please feel free to subscribe. All of my links for Patreon that has the I feel like some of you could buy a hot tub in your new place as well, or it comes with a hot tub. All of my links for Patreon that has the 18 plus extended readings as well as exclusive readings and monthly forecasts are down below in the description box. As well as my Instagram, my Etsy store, and my email for more information on private readings. Is there anything else? No. Thank you so much for being here with me, my loves. I love you very, very much. Bye.